Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
처음 와서 그렇지만 되게 재밌게 지금 즐기고 있거든요. 분위기를 이벤트도 많고 해가지고 굉장히 오늘 즐겁게 보고 있습니다. 시청하고 있습니다. 선수로 나오고 싶네요.
문파원들끼리 모여가지고 또 화합할 수 있는 자리 만들어줘서 고맙고 생각보다 재밌네요. 비무 경기보다 중계도 더 재미있어진 것 같고 경기도 훨씬 흥미진진하게 이루어져서 훨씬 재밌는 컨텐츠인 것 같아요.
다음번엔 저가 기회가 된다면 꼭 선수로 오겠습니다.
말할 것도 없이 차우빈 선수 99%다 했습니다. 차우빈 선수가. 저희는 차우빈 선수 말만 듣고 그래서 우승하셨습니다. 문파원들 응원해주는 분들 너무 고맙죠.
얘들아 곱창 상금으로 곱창 고마워.
잘 먹을게.
솔직히 기대 안 하고 즐기려고 나왔는데 생각보다 훨씬 좋은 성적을 거두게 되어서 정말 기쁩니다.
상금 문파원들한테 어떻게 베풀 생각은 없나요?
아니, 베풀 생각은 없습니다. 문파원들이 우리한테 뭘 베풀어 하지 않나.
네, 로또 파이팅!
저희 팀은 16킬 했어요. 저가 거기서 아마 반 정도 한 것 같아요. 지루하게 하는 것보다 좀 빨리빨리 하는 걸 좋아해가지고 킬 욕심 많이 나서 그렇게 했었던 것 같아요. 중간에 죽어서 너무 아쉬워요. 계속 킬할 수 있었는데. 아무래도 이렇게 돈버하는 게 좀 게임은 이길 수 있는데 그런 것보다 게임은 즐기려고 하는 거니까 좀 시원시원하게 하는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
나서 그렇지만 되게 재밌게 지금 즐기고 있거든요. 분위기를 이벤트도 많고 해가지고 굉장히 오늘 즐겁게 보고 있습니다. 시청하고 있습니다. 선수로 나오고 싶네요.
문파원들끼리 모여가지고 또 화합할 수 있는 자리 만들어서 고맙고 생각보다 재밌네요. 비무 경기보다 중계도 더 재미있어진 것 같고 경기도 훨씬 흥미진진하게 이루어져서 훨씬 재밌는 컨텐츠인 것 같아요.
아, 다음번엔 저가 기회가 된다면 꼭 선수로 오겠습니다.
말할 것도 없이 차우빈 선수 99%다 했습니다. 차우빈 선수가. 저희는 차우빈 선수 말만 듣고 그래서 우승하셨습니다. 문파원들 응원해주는 분들 너무 고맙죠.
얘들아 곱창 상금으로 곱창 고마워.
잘 먹을게.
솔직히 기대 안 하고 즐기려고 나왔는데 생각보다 훨씬 좋은 성적을 거두게 되어서 정말 기쁩니다.
상금 문파원들한테 어떻게 베풀 생각은 없나요?
아니, 베풀 생각은 없습니다.
문파원들이 우리한테 뭘 베풀어 하지 않나.
네, 로또 파이팅!
저희 팀은 16킬 했어요. 저가 거기서 아마 반 정도 한 것 같아요. 네, 지루하게 하는 것보다 좀 빨리빨리 하는 걸 좋아해가지고 킬 욕심 많이 나서 그렇게 했었던 것 같아요. 중간에 죽어서 너무 아쉬워요. 계속 킬할 수 있었는데 아무래도 이렇게 존버하는 게 좀 게임은 이길 수 있는데 그런 것보다 게임은 즐기려고 하는 거니까 좀 시원시원하게 하는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
탄탄한 스토리와 임팩트 강한 타격감, 동서양의 조화를 내세운 그래픽으로 유저들의 사랑을 받아온 MMORPG 블레이드 앤 소울. 하지만 무엇보다 블레이드 앤 소울이 오랜 명성을 이어올 수 있었던 이유는 바로 e스포츠와의 성공. 2014년 격투 콘텐츠 비물을 활용 관전 모드를 도입해 e스포츠로 도약할 준비를 마친 것은 물론 이묘한과 홍진호의 스페셜 매치로 2천여 명의 관중을 환호케 하며 화제몰이에 성공했는데, 또한 한중 최강자를 가리는 국가대항전을 개최 총 상금 3억 원 규모로 확대해 리그의 격을 높인 결과 티켓 오픈 4분 만에 매진을 기록하며 글로벌 무대로의 진출 가능성까지 입증했다. 그리고 2015년 본격적인 세력 확장에 나선 블레이드 앤 소울. 첫 e스포츠 정규 리그인 블레이드 앤 소울 토너먼트로 축포를 쏘아올린 후 매년 수준 높은 경기로 유저들을 열광케 했는데, 특히 월드 챔피언십으로 해외 유저들에게, 문파 대전으로 일반 유저들에게 기회의 장을 열어주며 e스포츠로의 진입 장벽을 낮추는 데 앞장선 블레이드 앤 소울. 또한 2016년에는 변수 창출이 가능한 태그 매치로, 2017년에는 싱글과 태그를 혼합한 믹스 매치로 경기 방식을 진화시키며 대회의 완성도를 높이기 위한 도전을 멈추지 않았는데, 물론 경기 외적인 성장도 놓치지 않았다. 2016년부터 피버 페스티벌을 개최하며 e스포츠를 단순한 게임 리그가 아닌 함께 즐기는 문화축제로 성장시킨 것. 이렇듯 끊임없는 변화의 노력으로 국내 유일무이한 MMORPG e스포츠로 우뚝 선 블레이드 앤 소울. 그리고 2019년 이제 이 모든 것을 새로운 콘텐츠로 함께한다. MMORPG의 혁명, 배틀로얄로 펼쳐지는 사슬 군도가 그 주인공. 천라지망이 조여오는 전장 속에서 총 90명의 선수가 최고의 조합과 전략을 선보이며 최후의 생존자가 되기 위한 사투를 벌인다. 과연 사슬 군도 첫 정규 리그에서 초대 챔피언의 영광을 가져갈 팀은 어디인지, 그 치열한 생존 배틀이 지금 펼쳐진다.
Welcome everyone to another year of Blade and Soul Esports. We're here for 2019 Blade and Soul Tournament Korea, and my name is Joel Sophie. Joining with me once again for this year is going to be Ending Life, and 2019, a brand new year ending, and we have something special for you guys where it's not only a changing process, but it's an evolving process where we take the 3v3, the 1v1 battles that we've all loved to see, and kind of evolved it to this battle royale mode that has been a successful genre for many other titles out there in the gaming industry, but we brought it here in Blade and Soul, and now calling it the Shackled Owls. You guys saw it back in March and April, and here we have it as a full-fledged league. How do you feel about this one?
It's going to be crazy, to be honest. As a caster, casting just regular PvP, at the beginning when I first started, it was so hard to catch all the little things. And, you know, I got scolded for it because, you know, I missed out so many important stuff. But now it's a battle royale and it's a three-man squad. And, you know, if there's more than two teams fighting, I might just watch the game.
I mean, really, we have to.
I might just enjoy it.
We're just going to enjoy ourselves because we're coming into this one, and
Yeah.
of course, coming back to the Seoul OGN Esports stadium that we have here. But altogether, why I say it's evolving, it's not really a change of something that we haven't seen from the past. You're still going to have that 1v1. You're still going to have that 3v3 format where people are going to be constantly fighting with each other, but in a different format with more map awareness, something that we never had in our previous esports endorsements. But coming into this one, we're going to see a brand new look at what Blade and Soul can achieve at an esports level, and we're going to see players that you've seen familiar once before, and of course new players coming onto line as well. We're going to have a lot more players this time around as we look at the overview of where we're starting off. Today is July 21st here in Korea, 1300 KST, and we're going to be going with Group A matches all the way through, and going to Group B next week. Going to have losers match on August 4th and ending up with the finals on August 11th. All Sunday matchups, and with basically a 1 p.m. starting time, except that losers match. We're going to start at 12:30, 30 minutes earlier, but altogether, we're going to see not only a 3v3, we're not going to see just 1v1, but we're going to see at a minimum 45 players playing at the same time to a maximum of 60.
Yeah, you know, don't talk about that because my mind just thinking about that many players.
Yeah.
And it's not even a shooting game, right? Like, there's going to be so many skills just being procced all over the place, plus the items usage that's implemented in the game. But you also have to remember, read the game rules, guys. It is a 3-man squad. However, individual scoring is going to be the key because you will have a total of your team score. However, depending on how your individual teammates do, your scores may go up and down because you guys saw there where if you're 51 through 60th place, you get minus points. So depending on how your teammates do and how you support your teammates, you know, the score is going to be all different.
And that scoring concept, I think, individually heavily affects the first place team.
Yeah.
It depends on if you have only one player standing alive at first place, or if you have all three standing alive in first place, the scoring system will be different altogether. If you have 3 players, all 3 players from the beginning to the end without dying and survive until the very end, all 3 of those players will get 11 points each, equaling out to 33 points. Then we'll go to 4th place for the second place squad. So we'll try to explain a little bit by bit once the games go on, but it's good to have as many players as you can, and that is a lot more rewarding if you do end up in first place as such.
Exactly. So, you know, you guys can see the team names for yourselves. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be seeing, I think, all new team names. But like Joel said before, there's going to be familiar faces within these teams. You guys will see it. And another different thing is, usually when we cast Blade and Soul, they're under us. They're under us, they're across from us, the booth is like, you know, right around us. But now, they're elsewhere. They're at that huge stadium where it seats up to 100 players with 100 PCs ready. And they're all there together, so it's going to be a little bit different, not only for us, but for the players as well.
Yeah, this studio is just simply not big enough for all the players that we have to see here today. We have 45 players here today, 45 players next week, but once we're starting in the losers matchup and going all the way to the finals, we'll have a total of 20 teams, equaling out to 60 players overall. So very exciting stuff that we have prepared for you guys, and of course the events very much applicable to our Korean users.
Oh yeah.
And we have to repeat this every year. I mean, the NA users and the EU users, you guys just create a Korean account. You just play on the Korean server every now and then. You get to play the brand new Archer, and you get to play all these brand new stuff in ahead before it's released globally. But yeah, so it's all the events information that you see on the screen, not applicable to you guys unless you play in the Korean server.
So, you know, basically whenever we get the screen for the quote-unquote Korean audiences that are here as well as online at home, they get their little special events, right? You guys never get it, but whenever it comes out, it is our cue to kind of tease you guys, saying either create a Korean account or you guys can't participate in this event. And you know, that is part of our job. So, you know, that's what you are seeing on your screen right now, the events going on for the offline audience that's here. And it's actually a lot more audience than any other esports that we've been doing at OGN. Me personally, because I don't know, Blade and Soul, it just, this audience, this offline audience, right? It just shows that it's still alive.
I mean, loyalty in Blade and Soul,
yeah.
It's always been there ever since the beginning. These guys mostly have been starting from day one of the opening many, many years ago. And even many years after that, the players, while we can't say Blade and Soul has the biggest user base out in the world, but the most loyal, I would have to say that, because I think the players, once they stick to Blade and Soul, they never turn away from it, and it feels like they're going to be sticking around for such a long time.
Exactly. So, you know, I always look at the audience because they don't know who we are. They're always looking at the Korean casters that are across from us, and I'm always skimming through the audience, and I'm not even joking, I do see familiar faces. Like, oh, I remember that person from 3 years ago, right? Like 4 years ago when I debuted with Blade and Soul, right? And it's crazy how you talk about that loyalty.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a VCR to look at what the players are thinking of coming into this match. So let's look at this VCR before we get into the matches.
하나, 둘, 셋. 반갑습니다.
너무 진짜 연기 통하지 말자면서.
근데 너 왜 어제 연락 안 받았냐? 어제 연락했어?
그냥 어제 그저께도 개무시하던데?
아니 나 핸드폰 어제 개통했어.
아니 디스코드로 보냈잖아. 그래서 친구로서 정말 좀 넌 그렇다. 윤태처럼만 착했어도 네가
맞지? 윤태 군대 안 갔다 왔어 그래. 야 그래서 군대 언제 가냐?
윤태는 작년에 나한테 대회 끝나고 나서 나는 다음 때 무조건 난다고 진짜 막 선언을 하고.
아니 무슨 다 간대.
이번 월챔이 이제 마지막 대회라서 입대를 해야 돼요.
간다 해놓고 근데 보니까 대회를 연습을 하고 있더라고 윤태가. 넌 언제 가?
곧 갈 것 같아. 이런 거 다 나왔다니까 이거 봐. 저 내년에 안 나오겠습니다.
난 내년에 없어. 아니 그러면은 불소판에서 군대 안 간 사람 신겸이 안 갔고 윤태형 안 갔고 윤재형 안 갔고.
그러니까 나 때는 말이야.
너 갔다 왔어?
아 갔다 왔지. 나는 불소 대회 나오기 전에 갔다 왔어.
근데 역시 군대 갔다 오니까 손이 굳긴 굳네. 게임하는 거 보면 좀 못하긴 해. 검사는 끌려감 하나에 잘하고 못하고를 판단하는데 이재준 선수는 그 타이밍을 잘 모르는 것 같아서 못하긴 해.
총 쏘다가 좀 굳었어? 총 쏴봤어?
무슨 총 쐈는데?
K2인가? 총기 번호 같이?
그거 메이커 이름 아니야?
아 진짜 미친놈 말못 섞겠네 진짜.
그거 등산복
메이커
아니야?
이름 아니냐고?
등산복 아니야?
뭐 하시는데요 요즘에?
저도 알바하는데
야 나도 한때는 편의점 알바했었어. 편의점 가면 일단은 폐기되는 음식 있지. 진짜 그거 먹으면
집에 가져갔어.
살이 빠질래야 빠질 수가 없어. 야.
아 그래서 최근에 살찐 게 그것 때문이다?
요즘 그것 때문에 살쪘는데 윤재는
저는 그냥 알바가 아니라 좀 매니저 같은 역할이라가지고요. 물건도 발주 넣고
와. 발주만 넣고 그러면 잡일은 알바생이 다 할 거 아니야.
그러니까 동등으로 좀 봐주시면 안 되고
편부심. 편부심.
나는 일 안 한다. 난 잡일 안 한다.
나 내 손 못 쓰겠다.
나는 잡일 안 해고.
저는 원래 손에 물 묻히고 자란 사람이 아니라서 그런 묻어있더라고요.
너 근데 아이 됐을 때 물 많이 묻혔잖아.
그때 또 형들 설거지 좀 해야죠 제가.
야 무조건 시킨다고 하지 마라. 우리가 셔츠처럼 보이잖아 임마. 그리고 그거 그렇게 시키는 대로 하면은 막 성이 도시락 난 먹지도 않는데.
형들 컵 닦을 때만 해도 진짜
근데 시간이 너무 많이 흘렀다. 벌써 너무
보였어.
근데 이번에는 하던 사람들이 많이 없잖아.
아니 오니까 인사를 하려고 하는데 할 사람이 없어.
아는 사람이
없어.
왔는데 오히려 처음 왔을 때는 다 직원분들인 줄 알고 나보고 누가 인사하길래 갑자기 예 안녕하세요.
야 근데 너 팀 이름 진짜 한준
HJH?
그거 진짜 기리려고 쓴 거야? 먼저 가신 분의 선배님을 기리기 위해서?
그때 나랑 윤재랑 그분이랑 그분하고 그냥 같이 얘기하고 있었어가지고
뭐 얘기 꺼내면 안 되는 볼드모트 같은 건가?
그것까지는 아닌데 그냥 그분이랑 같이 이건 꺼내 상관없잖아. 준호 형.
왜 두려워해?
이제 가신 분이니까 뭐.
근데 니들 이번에 점수 어떻게 올렸냐? 문파대전 때는 그냥 좀 버티는 쪽이 좀 확실히 유리했는데 지금은 어떻게 될지 모르겠어.
변수가 너무 많아. 지금은 킬도 하고 등수도 유지해야
전장하시던 분도 되게 잘하고 인도하시는 분도 어느 정도 템 사용이 일단 제일 중요한 거라서
내가 봤을 때 비모하는 사람이 제일 못해.
맞아. 다들 있잖아 1대1 하거나 무조건 자기가 이긴다는 마인드.
자신감을 가지면 안 돼.
맞아. 자신감.
나는
그래서 자신감을 좀 죽여야 되거든. 나 죽겠다 이 생각을 갖고 있어야지 좀.
어차피 눈 맞추면은 누가 때리든 한 방이거든.
지금 조가 좀 A조가 헬이잖아.
맞아. 나 그거 보고.
A조 진짜 헬이야. 와.
정말 잘한다고 느꼈던 사람들이 다 많이 다 있더라고요 A조에. 그냥 다 있는 것 같아. 한 팀도 안 빠지고.
5팀을 뽑은 거지 거기서. 와 진짜 빡세겠다.
A조에 형은 견제되는 팀 있어요?
우리 그 호기촌에서 항상 윤태네 만나거든.
호기촌 지킴이.
맞아? 그래서 둘이서 안 오는 거 아니야?
무조건 가지. 남자면 호기촌이지.
이번에 A조 경기에서 시작부터 킬 날 수도 있어. 1분 만에.
So there you have it, the VCR, and we heard a lot from our players and a lot of information out there that we got to know firsthand.
Yep.
a lot of the players went to the army. I mean, Juno Han went to the army. Sonya Choi, I believe, went to the army as well. And a lot of our OBs out there, old boys coming in, they are at the army. And so we got a lot of our younger players still left in here. And that means that we're going to have a lot more room with so many players being able to participate. Brand new faces that you guys have never seen, we've never seen. And we'll have to see how they perform today because, you know, as the VCR states and as the players were kind of stating, it's not really the PvP skills that gets you a win in Shackled Owls. It's really your item usage and how you kind of work around the map and when to decide to fight or not, because fighting all the time definitely isn't the way to win.
Exactly. So we'll have to see how these players go through with the 3v3 style instead of that solo style where you guys saw last year. But this team right now on your screen, I just want to talk about it because they're all veterans. Hyuk-ki-han, Yoon Jae-jung, and Yoon Tae-sun. You guys all know all three of them, and even their team name is Juno Han, Eyebrows. You know, you guys know him as the Blade Master Eyebrows. So, you know, they even named their team with one of their ex-pros, one of their friends. But like Joel mentioned, majority of the players as well as the team names goes, it's gonna be very new, and it's gonna take time for us to get used to, and it's gonna take time for you guys to get used to. So, you know, we're doing this together.
Yeah, in case you guys didn't get to play the Shackled Owls when it was open for a limited time around that March to April kind of time frame, we're going to be working with you guys to try to introduce the game one by one and little aspects of it, trying to help you guys along the way to follow the game a little bit more, because it's not about really the PvP anymore. It's not really about the individual skill usage, because that would be the baseline of what the players can all do at this highest level. But it's really about how you use your items and how you decide to move around the map and when to kind of stay on the edge of the map, when to get to the center. And there's a lot of aspects to it, more than just the fighting elements of it. So we're showing you guys a lot of the players out there, but we'll start to focus on kind of the more successful teams, so the more successful players once we get a few games going. Because we're going to have 4 games today, 4 games next week to decide our top 5 teams out of the 15 teams of each to see who's going to go to the finals in the end.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. There's so many teams to introduce to you guys. As you see, we're going to have 15 teams being introduced, and it's not going to be like the olden Blade and Soul where we just see, you know, 6 players, you know, 3 on each side, and kind of, you know, you guys get to remember their faces and their names. It's going to take a little bit more time. Let's hope that, you know, throughout the season, when you guys see who makes it up to the semifinals and the finals, when you guys see the new groups that's going to be coming next week, Group B, you know, you guys will be able to remember some faces or some names that you guys think is a great player, because this is a chance for new faces to kind of shine once again, because it's a total new format. And you guys saw the VCR. Shingyang Kim, one of the legendaries in Blade and Soul tournament, was talking about how, you know, just because you're good at PvP, it actually, what he thinks is it actually makes you worse in Shackled Owls, because you think as a great PvP player, when you see one player, you think or you know you could beat him in 1v1, but it's not a 1v1.
Yeah.
So
really is, because you got one of those in-game items, if you do it properly and it gets it very accurate on the target, then all the PvP skill doesn't really matter, because just one in-game item can do so much more damage, and then all the little attacks with it. So you're gonna have to kind of be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Even if that 1v1 scenario, you don't want to pick a fight all the time. So you want to make sure you're in an advantageous position where you have all 3 of your teammates kind of all lined up to go for that one player. That's actually a smart play to do, but rather than trying to go for that 1v1 every time, you're just at a risk of losing the game more and more.
Exactly. So, you know, we'll have to see what these players and what these teams decide to do. I'm pretty sure they're gonna, you know, opt to stay together, because of such strong items being available in this game right now. And, you know, depending on if you get ganged up by, like you were saying, like 2v1, 3v1, then you can't live. There's no tag out, you know, there's no interfere to call. Well, there is group summon, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be rarely used, if not never. But I'm hoping to see some of these in-game items that when we were kind of studying and like playing this game, we never use it. Yeah. But I want to see these pros or these players use it in such a great way that we never thought of, that we, you know, we get enlightened.
Yeah, I mean, kind of example for that is when we see the chain usage as a party item. some people like to use that with the sky jump as well. That's kind of a combination. So go on with the sky jump, then use the chains later, then try to get the double usage on that. It's a very difficult one to pull off, but once they do it, you can get something crazy going for your team to take advantage of. So examples like that, there's so many possibilities of how you want to manipulate these items in your favor, and you'll get to see exactly what the players decide to do, because coming in here, you can play any of the class that you feel comfortable with and feel like it's not really at a disadvantage when it comes to the meta. Because less so with PvP, the classes can be all pretty viable here, where most of the classes not really at a disadvantage position. If you're actually good at the class that you're playing in, most likely you're going to have a pretty good success with it.
Yep, and on your screen once again you do see excuse me, you do see some familiar faces. However, we're talking about the game, the in-game, and you were talking about classes, how when it first came out, I was talking to you about this before we came live. Back in the day when it was mostly 1v1, trying to finish your quests and stuff, many of these players called it ranged aisles because the ranged characters were so OP back in the day, but now it has changed. Like you said, all classes are viable because it's a three-man squad. So they all have different roles. They have to do different things. They have to communicate. That's the biggest thing. When you're playing alone, you just do what you think is right, and that's it. Nobody's there to, dispute you about it. But now it's a three-man squad, and and we get to see their movements, and that's gonna show us how well or how bad they're communicating.
Yeah, whether you're gonna split up into 1v1v1 and try to get a lot of territory early on, or whether you're going to try to stick together to maximize the power to try to take advantage of kind of lonely opponents that are going to be standing by. And it's going to be up to their team's decisions of how they want to kind of work around this game. And you see a lot of variety of classes. You can see that they're just going with their comfort picks and trying to just go with what they're the most comfortable with. And feel like they will have a lot of success. We see a lot of melee characters out there with the Blade Master, with the Soul Fighter. We see a lot of KFMs and Summoner we see here and there, but mostly it's really not differing on the fact that you don't have to use a certain class over the other to have a lot of success. And some teams are actually opting for the 2 same classes, 3 same classes. I've even seen 3 KFMs in one of those games, so anything could happen here as we go into round 1. Kind of weird to say that we're going to round 1 in Blade and Soul, but 4 rounds that we'll be having in Shackled Out is a brand new format that we have in this Blade and Soul esports. And man, we have a lot of predictions coming through. Really hard to tell what some of these teams are, but we'll get to know more and more when it comes to some of the teams that we'll be having here. But Junohan's team, the tribute that these 3 players had, are the favorites coming in here. So you got 3 players that we're very, very familiar with, and feels like their PvP skills will directly translate into the success today.
Yeah, let's see if what Shingyun Kim was saying in the VCR was just all talk or was actually true, because I still think that PvP skill is required, and because it's a 3-man squad, it's going to be a more complex version of the tag, because it's not an interfere, it's not a tag in and out. You're always there as a 3-man.
You're constantly tagging.
Exactly, you're constantly interfering in, and you have unlimited time. So we'll have to see if this team, tribute of Junohan, that's not here anymore, Eyebrows, if this team will actually show us that this 97% is going to be carried through, because individually, like we were talking about during the overview, individual skill levels are very important as well, depending on how you do individually.
But in addition to that, teamwork, I think, is the greatest thing that we have to kind of focus on. And even some of these new players out there, they have a lot of confidence coming in, and I feel like they can do a tremendous job as long as they communicate, as long as they got over that fear of being on stage, and they should be fine going on to this. So we're looking for a lot of surprises here, and to see exactly what the players have ready for us. But I think we're almost ready to get into round 1, and gonna start off the brand new year of Blade and Soul Esports 2019 with Shackled Out, a brand new game mode that you guys only have been introduced for a couple of months, but it's a full-fledged league that we have prepared for you guys. So we're gonna go into this, guys. We're ready to go. Round 1 of Shackled Out, Blade and Soul Esports 2019. Let's get this going. Here we are, a brand new look that we haven't seen before in the past, and it is a brand new map that we have prepared just for Shackled Owls, and we're at the lobby where the players will be getting to fly out into their directed territory. So kind of interesting that we always start at the center, and we always have choices open to a lot of these players to decide where they want to go, and it is not directed or impacted by a flight pathway that we have in other Battle Royale games, that you can definitely go wherever you want at any choice at a time.
Here we go.
Kind of the hotspot that we've been looking at is up at the north, where we've been looking at Abandoned Village, seeming like the place to go if you want to go for fighting early on. And like we always said, fighting isn't the best way to go every single time, but we'll see what the players do here today.
All right, well, you see some players flying together to a similar area, and you saw in the VCR, we may see some better. Oh, we got the fight going on already. Team 1 versus Team 4 here.
Team 1.
It's a 2v2 going on for now.
This is Junohan's team, Team 1.
Yep.
Trying to go with it right away. It's a 3v3 fight altogether, but we see the last member of Team 4 kind of farming away and just kind of letting this fight go on by himself. But the Soul Fighter holding up
the
pretty
area
nicely,
with the
but that damage is going to be good enough, and that will kill off the first member of Team 4. So it's down at the moment, and it's going to be the kill confirmed. So we will see what this impact goes away, and it's going to be going on and trying to finish off the rest of the teammates here.
All right, here we go. Whenever you have a summoner, even in attack, when you're aerialed, it's gonna hurt with the Rumblebees coming through, with the cat always trying to CC you down, and oh my goodness, Team 4.
That's it.
Yeah, this is it. And you know, Joel, you were talking about this. At the start, it was a 3v2, I think, with one of the members of Team 4 gone.
Just farming.
So they got rid of one, and it became a 2v1. And whenever you're outnumbered here in this game in Shackled Isles, even without items, it's just think about tag matches. Your opponent has a unlimited time of interfere, so it's a 2v1. It's going to be almost impossible unless you have like a sky jump to escape, or you have your stealth, whatnot. But this was the early fight, and the first couple people that died, they get negative points.
True, and we're going to have to see what this affects for the rest of the game here. We get another fight going between Team 5 and Team 10. Team 10 is a little bit separated with 2-1 split as we see at the moment, but Team 5 is trying to gather up together to go for this 3v2 fight. Youngwon Che is still farming up, trying to pick up these couple of items to see what he can do to help out in this fight. So Team 10 likely without very little items at the moment, and still trying to go on this fight and get them onto the aerial.
All right, here we go. We got some separate fights going on here, and it seems like even these teams, they don't have the items, the in-game items that they need. They're literally just going for that PvP. They're going to just go all out skill levels, especially because Youngwon Che's team, they have that PvP experience from the regular Blade and Soul, the past Blade and Soul tag match game. So we'll see who comes out the victor here.
So we have to worry about what this will kind of end up in, with Team 5 looking like they're going to lose their first member, the Force Master, healing back just slightly, but still alive here. And the other two players are just kind of watching from the back, but we have the 3 players of Team 10 still looking very, very strong, and feels like they're going to come out as the winners here. And 2 players already down, looking for the last one. It's not going to be very long, but the sky jump
gets pulled back down.
Yep.
All right, this is what happens. So we did see some usage, or some usage of the items. However, it was a very good counter to bring him right back down. And that team, I think, was that team eliminated?
Yeah, Team 10 is eliminated.
Ooh, all right. So you guys can see Tab, right? That was Team 4, I think, where, we saw that 3v2 going on. We still have that one member alive from Team 4, Tab. However, GG, is their team name really GG?
Yeah, Golden Goblin, that's
Golden
their
Goblin,
name.
okay.
But yeah, Team 5 is the team that was eliminated.
It's a good game, though, now. It's not Golden Goblin anymore. They're gone.
Yeah,
GG.
That's what it is. But yeah, Loyal, Team 10, who did eliminate their opponents, have all 3 members still alive, so that's a good start for them. And you can talk about PvP not mattering too much in this game, but you can see that the former players that we always had in Blade and Soul Esports are finding a lot of success so far, getting a lot of these kills.
Exactly. We saw a fight in the just a little bit before this where we saw a 3v3 fight, but one team was focusing down on one player, which proves that they're communicating. They have experience in tag team. However, the other team, they were their attacks and their damage dealing was all scattered, and they weren't able to kill off anybody. And that also shows the opposite of being well communicated and well informed of how to do group team fights.
Yeah. And we'll get to see a little bit of movements now. And we got another fight happening in Abandoned Village.
Oh,
up in
is
here,
this
and
the team?
Team
No?
8 and Team 11.
Well, it is Shingen Kim's
It is Shingen
team
Kim's
here.
team, yeah, you're right. And they already have a kill. Credit to their team. And looking for the second one. And it feels like actually this might be the last one. The second player already down. So we got the third player kind of waiting on the back and just trying to run away from this, but the Playmaster's long gone. And that will mean the Sky Jump is collected by Shingen Kim, and just another yellow item picked up there. And yeah, you got a lot of these experienced veterans that are coming in here, picking up a lot of fights and winning most of them right now.
All right, well, seems like the Abandoned Village is Shingen Kim's, or his team's, village for now, not abandoned anymore. And you guys can't see the new circle opening up very well right now, but it is towards the northern side where Shingen Kim, or where the Abandoned Village was, as well as where the forest camp is. So those the teams that landed around there will be safe for now, but now it's kind of the fight of getting a better position and kind of ambushing players. And look at this, another fight breaking out right away at Abandoned Village, because this is included in the circle. This is where Shingen Kim's team is right now.
Oh my, caught off once again, and this assassin has nothing to do. And there's no way for the Blade Master to help out. Now he just enters in here kind of awkwardly, and there's no way for him to get out as well. Now he's going to be caught off, and it seems like he's going to be the second player to go down here, unless he can fight 1v3.
We know that 1v3 here is impossible. In tag, maybe you can do a 3v1, killing off one player at a time, but this is not a 3v1 being done one at a time. So there we go.
Shingen Kim's team picking up another kill, and that's going to be a good way to continue on picking up these kills. You do get kill points along with this, with the rank points, and Shingen Kim's team taking control of that Abandoned Village, which is still included in the circle. So we'll have to see where the next circle does lead us. And we see Team GOD getting into a fight with Min Jung-oh with the Summoner skill, being able to finish off with the Blade Master of Team 10. So Loyal, we were looking at this team as one of the big teams out there, but they lose a member, just kind of stranded down there elsewhere.
All right, well, we'll have to see how they do, because most of these teams are very close to each other now. They just, because in this game, compared to other BRs or Battle Royales, it's very easy to spot your opponents. And here we go. Another fight is breaking out, but they're kind of seeing. They're at a Cold War right now. They're seeing if they want to engage or if they want to wait for the initiate from the opposing team here. And seems like Team 13, they opt to run away.
Yeah, just kind of see where the new circle lands, and trying to see where that will lead us to. As the circle is done closing in, you can see hiding behind the castle walls is going to be the strategy, but where does the new circle lead us here?
Here we go.
Does it go to Forest Camp? Does it go over to Abandoned Village? That's going to be the question, but all the players are seemingly just waiting. It's going to be right at the center, actually. So it's really including most of Forest Camp and basically abandoning the Abandoned Village, which makes a lot of sense. So a lot of these players that are coming from the eastern side has to cross that bridge to get to this new circle, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fight happening from there.
Look at this. You guys can see the strats and what they want to do, how they want to maneuver, how they want to cross the river, and how high they want to climb, or if they want to stay on the ground. But in the meantime, we do have the fight breaking out once again in Abandoned Village.
Who got the last hit? That's the big question, because that's who gets the home time, and that's who gets all the benefits with the buffs they added on as well. So we'll have to see who actually got the last kill. It's
I
not
think it
really
was
showing
Shingen
us.
Kim.
Was it Shingen Kim?
I think.
We'll know by F5 that purple icon, if it does hover over to Hong Time, that's the one who got the last kill. So we'll have to find out who gets it. Whoever turns into Master Hong basically is the one that got the last kill.
Yeah, definitely. And you also know that Shingen Kim's team at Abandoned Village, they got a lot of kills here. I wish the observer on the left, they are showing the kills, but they got rid of it real quick for you guys. But we'll see, because kills are 1 point each, and that is huge. So we'll see which team was actually fighting, staying alive, picking up those kills. But in the meantime, we do have a lot of teams rotating around, and now the circle is super small.
Okay, Team ABC, Shingen Kim's team, getting into a fight once again. against Team 2, but Team 2 just kind of runs away from it, not really wanting to pick up the fight. Might be a smart move here in this mid-game.
They're chasing. Pulls him in.
Soul Fighter gets caught, and we'll see what happens from this endeavor. But Sky Jump just to get away, and Shingenkim follows.
Yeah, he's
but
following. Aggressive, but he's flying the other way.
So that might have been a waste of Sky Jump by Shingenkim. I don't know how many usage of that he has left, but just chasing after a player that just Sky Jumped, whether you're Sky Jump of your own, it's really hard to pick up a fight from there. So we'll see what Shingenkim does on the later aspects. That's Team 12 with Min Jung-ho's team still sticking around. They're trying to just kind of camp around to see what their best movement is going to be on their next endeavor.
Yeah, and just because they're camping doesn't mean they didn't do anything. They picked up, I think, 2 kills, so that's 2 points. So they have been fighting. It's just they're done. They know the circle's small. They know a team might opt to come up here to camp, and then they want to ambush. Oh, they hear the sound. They're coming up.
Okay.
They're coming up. Did they go to the opposite? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, they're picking it up, and Force Master does not know exactly what he's just run into a mouse trap.
Oh my goodness.
That's what he's run into, and he's going to be a caught mouse on the top of this castle, and that's going to be Min Jung-ho picking up that kill onto that Force Master, and TSG losing another member here. Just got a little bit too curious and split their members too far apart, and no way to help each other out.
All right, well, that was a... they literally fell into a mouse trap and deleted, but in the meantime, we have ABC. Shingenkim's team, ABC, they are so aggressive. They're looking for fights.
Oh my, they get another kill too. Soul Fighter from Team Bonus, Team 13, out of there. And still look at Team 12, GOD, Min Jung-ho's team, to see what they can do. They're still hovering around, get caught off, so Woo Bin-chan has to be a little bit careful. Looking at the Blade Dancer now, see what he can do.
All right, here we go. We have Team 12.
Just trying to sandwich it.
I think they were trying to chase, but they noticed that they didn't want to just go in without getting all the information. And the Spirit Wall, as you can see in the back, is closing in.
Yeah.
And Team 7 right now, they're at the tip. So they're literally playing the outskirts of the circle, and they want to get as much information as possible because they know that they can't go to the center right now because other teams already took that over. And look at this. They're playing Ninja. They're at the top of the tree. They're getting all the information.
That's a very visible Ninja, though. Everyone can see where they are. But yeah, they're just going to try to see around, see what their position can be, because we do have 24 players left, and the rank point starts to go up a little bit from here, and trying to see where they want to end up in the end. Team 2, looking like they want to kind of hover over to see what their options are, as not many teams are picking off fights in this late stage, but as the circle starts getting smaller and smaller, the fights will be imminent.
Yeah, you guys can see the minimap now. We don't have to show you guys the whole map. We have 3 teams on the left side of the circle. We have 4 teams on the right side plus the central part of the circle. So it's going to get smaller and smaller, and they're going to be forced to fight. And this is what I was actually afraid of when we have more than 2 teams fighting. It's going to be chaotic, but I'm ready for it. Here we go. Central circle. We have 50 seconds until it closes in.
That's a small circle too.
Oh, yeah.
No way all those teams can fit in there. So we're going to see a fight break out sooner or later, and it's going to be right at the center, right in the middle of lands, and there's not going to be any compounds that these players can get into. So you can see that Team 11 and Team 15 is already getting onto a little bit of a fight, and you see that the Warden almost actually was dying out in that situation, but Team 11 with Shingenkim's team still staying alive. Didn't do much harm.
Imagine when the Spirit Wall closes and 24 players are in that small circle and people just start throwing toxic clouds. Everything is just green and everybody's just poison and they just really
AoE
die.
all the way.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Look at this. They know this is the right play to make. They have to wait. They don't want to, because we were talking about how individual placements, individual kills will add up as a total for your team points. So they don't want to die off earlier.
Wait,
and look at this.
Look at this team player 7. Where did you come from? You must have seen him coming through, but on the top of the tree, there's going to be slaughter happening around for Team 12, and Min Jung-ho's team is going to be very happy with that one. And now the fights are starting to break out with the Spirit Wall closing in, and we're going to have all these fights coming here. Who's going to come out at the end alive? That's going to be the big question, and it's a fiesta. It's an absolute fest going on here, and we're going to see who's going to be coming out in the end.
Here we go. We don't see a lot of
Oh my goodness.
Toxic clouds here.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Basic PvP skills for now, but no real in-game usage items.
Here we go. They want to stay together though, as close as possible. Just don't get AoE'd. However, you want to help out your teammates to get rid of players one by one. You can't disperse your damage output. I think we saw someone being thrown out of.
Oh, Yuntason coming in, just trying to
ripple.
throw him out of the circle, and that's going to be a good way to kill them off. And Yuntason just runs away. This is Junohan's team with Hyukyeon is still in here, and Team 1 is still trying to fight with all these players coming in. Team 14 getting caught off, and BM, let's see what he can do to try to survive for this one, but he's going to just die out like that. And another player getting caught off here by Team 1 with Force Master.
That was great. Yuntason, you guys saw the Soul Fighter. He ulted in the back. He healed his teammates as they were fighting, and they finished it off after his ult was done. He did that aerial to finish the rest of the opponent off. So they definitely know. They know what they want to do. They know the order of the combination that they want to go with. And here we go. Oh, we do see some Toxic Clouds on the floor.
Yeah, we're going to see some damage coming through that way, but now the Soul Fighter's coming here for Team Tag. Still looking around to see what is goodness! But right in the middle, we see Master Hong already opening up. It's actually Youngmin Park, who's actually gotten that Manticore last hit. The Sky Jump being procced.
He wants to stay alive.
Wants to stay alive. This might be a
oh
good
my goodness, look at this.
Look at this. Youngmin Park just getting 3 kills by himself with that Master Hong transformation. And it is Hong time. He's going to be continuing on to take that damage, but Youngmin Park's outside the circle, so he has to be a little careful. He's still causing a lot of rampage now, as you can see, with so much damage.
Goodness. Whenever we see, my goodness.
Youngmin Park with the Master Hong is still ongoing with the damage. He has still very comfortable amount of health that he can work with, but he's causing a lot of chaos and wants to be the last one to stay alive. But he gets outside the circle and he will just die out. Master Hong dies to the Spirit Wall, and we're going to see what happens from these last endeavors. Team 2, we see a little bit of Team 6 as well. You can see all the way through Shingen Kim's trying to stay alive, distancing himself from that fight.
Here we go, Hyukyeon. I think he is the last player from that team.
Right? Team 6 has 2 players they want to knock out Shingen Kim. It is a 2v1, but the Soul Fighter really can't handle this fight coming through, and Shingen Kim doing a very good job for now.
He's trying to focus on one, however, it's not going to be good enough because his health is low. He is a Soul Fighter, but still.
That's going to be it. Shingen Kim, just no way for him to fight there. And Wooby just comes in out of nowhere. Blade Master, I didn't know he was there. And
now he dies.
Okay,
and
now
Shingen Kim is dead.
Oh, well, actually, we see the Soul Fighter from Team 6 also dying out as well. So it just might be a 1v1 scenario between these 2 guys. And yeah, it's going to be the Blade Dancer versus the Blade Master all the way down to the end. Who's going to pick up that 11 points? That's going to be the question.
Here we go.
Almost.
Yeah, he almost. Because I've seen this play so many times. You know, Ariel, how much health does he? Oh, okay. Wubin Cha is healthy enough. He's not going to die out here. But now, it's really that 1v1 that we are used to seeing here.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe one more power pound to get them out of the field. That's a good way to kill off your opponent, but still ongoing as the circle starts closing in. And Blade Dancer versus Blade Master. It's really tough to tell who's going to come out as the winner here. Wubin Cha, definitely the experienced player from Team GOD, but wants to keep this team alive.
But you have to remember, Wubin Cha, he's out.
He's out.
He does come in. But I was going to say, Wubin Cha's main isn't the Blade Master. I think he just picked that for the team synergy. However, he is trying his best.
Picks up the shield, though. He's going to try to use it. There was actually another power pound ready to be picked up, so we can see that being utilized. But you can see that Daegu Lee is still very comfortable in his health level and trying to carve Wubin Cha down one by one. Oh, actually, this might be good enough, and the last bit of damage, will it be there? He's still alive, but not by much, and Wubin Cha will be out, and that's going to be the first place collected, not by Team 12. Good stuff coming from that Blade Dancer in the end.
All right, well, that was pretty chaotic, pretty hectic, but it was exciting. It was fun to watch. And at the end, I think it gets very interesting to see some teams disperse and they're fighting different fights, right? And you don't want to do that, but we did see some teams do that. And some teams, they stuck together. Unfortunately, when they stuck together too close, they got AoE'd together. So that's also a very, not a good way to stick together too close. So there's so many things to kind of account for. When the circle is this big, how close do you want to stay? When the circle is that small, how much do you want to disperse? And we got to see after this first round that some teams have their own personalities of how they want to proceed.
Well, this team got second place in the end, wasn't able to pick out that first place, but they'd still be happy in the end. And yeah, but officially we got our first ever game of Shackled Owls in a Blade and Soul esports. So that one's out of the way, and a lot to take in, I would have to say. Very chaotic in the mid game, and because all the players are just wanting to survive in the air, above the trees, wherever you can stay without getting into a fight. And once the circle gets too small, that's when all the fight occurs. And it feels like this might be the pattern unless something changes up, because this chaos is going to be really tough to tell for us to see who's going to come out at the end.
Exactly, and that moment with the Hong time. I think, you know what we should do? Every time it's Hong time, we just scream Hong time.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, if we're able to see, but let's see here the total points. Wow, look at this. Shingyun Kim's team, ABC. I keep calling it Shingyun Kim's team because I'm not used to the team names. But Team ABC, 12 kills. Everybody else, they don't. You guys can see the kills for yourself. All the way at the right side of each column is the kills. So you can see only Team ABC have 12 kills. Everybody, all the other teams, they don't have any 2-digit kills. So it just shows how aggressive and how successful at being aggressive Team ABC is.
Yeah, Shingyun Kim's team was very aggressive from the very, very beginning and was trying to go for all these kills from the beginning, and that really paid off. 12 kills in the end, gave 12 extra points. So even though it wasn't the best amount of placements that they got in the first game, all those kills really helped out in the end. That's what really allowed them to pick up all those points to become the top team of that round.
Exactly, and you got, like we said, individual placement points get added up all together. That is why Team ABC was able to stay up there with the amount of kills that they had.
Yeah, good stuff coming from round one. Now that's out of the way. We're going to go to round two after a short commercial break, so we'll be right back.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
와서 그렇지만 되게 재밌게 지금 즐기고 있거든요. 분위기를 이벤트도 많고 해가지고 굉장히 오늘 즐겁게 보고 있습니다. 시청하고 있습니다. 선수로 나오고 싶네요.
문파원들끼리 모여가지고 또 화합할 수 있는 자리 만들어줘서 고맙고 생각보다 재밌네요. 역시 비무 경기보다 중계도 더 재미있어진 것 같고 경기도 훨씬 흥미진진하게 이루어져서 훨씬 재밌는 컨텐츠인 것 같아요.
다음번엔 저가 기회가 된다면 꼭 선수로 오겠습니다.
말할 것도 없이 차우민 선수 99%다 했습니다. 차우빈 선수가. 저희는 차우빈 선수 말만 듣고 그래서 우승하셨습니다. 문파원들 응원해주는 분들 너무 고맙죠.
얘들아 곱창 상금으로 곱창 고마워.
잘 먹을게.
솔직히 기대 안 하고 즐기라고 나왔는데 생각보다 훨씬 좋은 성적을 거두게 되어서 정말 기쁩니다.
상금 문파원들한테 어떻게 베풀 생각은 없나요?
아니, 베풀 생각은 없습니다. 문파원들이 우리한테 뭘 베풀어 하지 않나.
네, 로또 파이팅!
저희 팀은 16킬 했어요. 저가 거기서 아마 반 정도 한 것 같아요. 지루하게 하는 것보다 좀 빨리빨리 하는 걸 좋아해가지고 킬 욕심 많이 나서 그렇게 했었던 것 같아요. 중간에 죽어서 너무 아쉬워요. 계속 킬할 수 있었는데. 아무래도 이렇게 존버하는 게 좀 게임은 이길 수 있는데 그런 것보다 게임은 즐기려고 하는 거니까 좀 시원시원하게 하는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
하나, 둘, 셋. 반갑습니다.
너무 진짜 연기 통하지 말자면서. 근데 너 왜 어제 연락 안 받았냐?
어제 연락했어?
그냥 어제 그저께도 개무시하던데?
아니 나 핸드폰 어제 개통했어.
아니 디스코드로 보냈잖아. 그래서 친구로서 정말 좀 넌 그렇다. 윤태처럼만 착했어도 네가
맞지?
윤태 군대 안 갔다 왔어 그래. 야 그래서 군대 언제 가냐?
윤태는 작년에 나한테 대회 끝나고 나서 나는 다음 때 무조건 난다고 진짜 막 선언을 하고.
아니 무슨 다 간대.
이번 월챔이 이제 마지막 대회라서 입대를 해야 돼요.
간다 해놓고 근데 보니까 대회를 연습을 하고 있더라고 윤태가. 넌 언제 가?
곧 갈 것 같아. 이런 거 다 나왔다니까 이거 봐. 저 내년에 안 나오겠습니다.
난 내년에 없어. 아니 그러면은 불소판에서 군대 안 간 사람 신겸이 안 갔고 윤태형 안 갔고 윤재형 안 갔고.
나 때는 말이야.
너 갔다 왔어?
아 갔다 왔지. 나는 불소 대회 나오기 전에 갔다 왔어.
근데 역시 군대 갔다 오니까 손이 굳긴 굳네. 게임하는 거 보면 좀 못하긴 해. 검사는 끌려감 하나에 잘하고 못하고를 판단하는데 이재준 선수는 그 타이밍을 잘 모르는 것 같아서 못하긴 해.
총 쏘다가 좀 굳었어? 총 쏴봤어?
무슨 총 쐈는데?
못 쐈지. K2인가? 총기 번호 같이?
그거 메이커 이름 아니야?
아 진짜 미친놈 말 못 쐈겠네 진짜.
그거 등산복 아니야?
메이커 이름 아니냐고?
등산복 아니야?
뭐 하시는데요 요즘에?
저도 알바하는데.
나도 한때는 편의점 알바했었어. 편의점 가면 일단은 폐기되는 음식 있지. 진짜 그거 먹으면
집에 가져갔어.
살이 빠질래야 빠질 수가 없어. 야.
아 그래서 최근에 살찐 게 그것 때문이다?
요즘 그것 때문에 살쪘는데 윤재는
저는 그냥 알바가 아니라 이게 좀 매니저 같은 역할이라가지고요. 물건도 발주 넣고.
와. 발주만 넣고 그러면 잡일은 알바생이 다 할 거 아니야.
그러니까 동등으로 좀 봐주시면 안 되고.
편부심.
편부심.
한마디로
나는 일 안 한다. 난 잡일 안 한다.
나 내 손 못 쓰겠다.
나는 잡일 안 내고.
저는 원래 손에 물 묻히고 자란 사람이 아니라서 그런 무서워했더라고요.
너 근데 아이 됐을 때 물 많이 묻혔잖아.
그때 또 형들 설거지 좀 해야죠 제가.
야 무조건 시킨다고 하지 마라. 그러니까 셔츠처럼 보이잖아 임마. 그거 그렇게 시키는 대로 하면은 임마 형이 도시락 난 먹지도 않는데.
형들 컵 닦을 때만 해도 진짜.
근데 시간이 너무 많이 흘렀다. 벌써 너무
보였어.
근데 이번에는 하던 사람들이 많이 없잖아.
아니 오니까 인사를 하려고 하는데 할 사람이 없어.
아는 사람이 없어.
어.
왔는데
오히려 처음 왔을 때는 다 직원분들인 줄 알고 나보고 누가 인사하길래 갑자기 예 안녕하세요.
야 근데 너 팀 이름 진짜 한준
HJH?
그거 진짜 기리려고 쓴 거야? 먼저 가신 분의 선배님을 기리기 위해서?
그때 나랑 윤재랑
그분이랑
그분하고
그냥 같이 얘기하고 있었어가지고
뭐 얘기 꺼내면 안 되는 볼드모트 같은 건가?
아 그것까지는 아닌데 그냥 그분이랑 같이
인권은 상관없잖아. 준호 형.
왜 두려워해?
이제 가신 분이니까 뭐.
근데 니들 이번에 점수 어떻게 올렸냐? 문파대전 때는 그냥 좀 버티는 쪽이 좀 확실히 유리했는데 지금은 어떻게 될지 모르겠어.
변수가 너무 많아. 지금은 킬도 하고 등수도 유지해야
전장하시던 분도 되게 잘하고 인도하시는 분도 어느 정도 템 사용이 일단 제일 중요한 거라서
내가 봤을 때 비모하는 사람이 제일 못해.
맞아. 다들 있잖아 1대1하거나 무조건 자기가 이긴다는 마인드.
자신감을 가지면 안 돼.
맞아. 자신감.
나는 그래서 자신감을 좀 죽여야 되거든. 아, 나 죽겠다 이 생각을 갖고 있어야지 좀.
어차피 눈 맞추면은 누가 때리든 한 방이거든.
지금 조가 좀 A조가 헬이잖아.
맞아. 나 그거 보고.
A조 진짜 헬이야. 와.
정말 잘한다고 느꼈던 사람들이 다 많이 다 있더라고요 A조에. 그냥 다 있는 것 같아. 한 팀도 안 빠지고.
5팀을 뽑은 거지 거기서. 와 진짜 빡세겠다.
A조에 형은 견제되는 팀 있어요?
우리 그 호기촌에서 항상 윤태네 만나거든.
호기촌 지킴이.
맞아? 그래서 둘이서 안 오는 거 아니야?
무조건 가지. 남자면 호기촌이지.
이번에 A조 경기에서 시작부터 킬날 수도 있어. 1분 만에.
Welcome back, guys, and we're here once again for our round 2 that we're gonna start very soon here. And we got the round 1 out of the way. It was very chaotic, we have to say.
Yep.
A lot of action in the mid game with all the teams deciding to stay in the clouds and in the trees, wherever you feel suitable. And it feels like they're gonna be all coming to this fight around that mid game to decide who's gonna come out at the top, and then decide who's gonna come out at the first place in the end.
Yeah, and we saw how round 1 went. We saw how which teams placed high, which teams weren't able to place high, regardless of what kind of strategy they brought. Team ABC, including all of the veterans from the past Blade and Soul tournaments, they were playing it super aggressive. They went to the abandoned village, and every time they were fighting a team, it was fortunate for Team ABC because all the teams they fought, they came in order. It was like a tournament style, right? If they were ambushed by multiple teams, I think they wouldn't have survived. However, they got lucky there.
And speaking of that, I didn't see too many of third-party plays where they come into an already existing fight and try to take advantage of those to pick up a lot of their skills. We see that a lot in pub games, but not really so in our first round. So maybe the teams can take advantage of that situation, maybe try to go with it. So let's get into round 2, guys, to see what's going to happen and see what the teams are made of. So we are in here for round number 2, and 5 more seconds left to go until that the veil does open itself up, and we'll have all the players go on to their respective routes. And man, there's a lot of players. 45 players we have here today with 15 teams coming from Group A. And we'll see what happens from this one to see exactly what the teams have in mind coming into the second round here.
All right, it seems like most of these teams, they are going to the similar location. for us on paper, it's supposed to be Team 12, which is ABC, which is the team that got first place previously. But we know that Shingyun Kim's team, ABC, they love going to Abandoned Village. And right now, only Team 11 and Team 6 are going there. So I just want to make sure if the numbering was correct or, if there was a mistake on the numbering. But we have this fight again. Team 1 versus Team 4. This happened previously, but this time around, we do see some toxic clouds being used. We do see some early item usage.
You say this time around, but it's the same result. Team 4 is getting annihilated.
Oh my goodness.
One by one. And Junohan's team, without Junohan as a member, still going to pick up 2 kills to start off the game.
This deja vu.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we saw this in game number 1 where Team 4 tried to challenge Team 1. And Team 1, Junohan's team, still coming out as a winner. There's a hidden fight going around inside the housing, and Team 15 is going to be involved here. Against Team 10, it seems like so
but he's
loyal.
stuck, and this is the perfect place for wallbangs. If you, if you guys know what I mean. There's so many walls, close quarter combat, and look at this. The gang bang is happening here.
Yeah, Soul Fighter gets caught off,
Finally,
though.
the support comes.
So we're gonna see what happens here. Soul Fighter still very low on the HP, but does manage to get out. Still, the fighting continues on with Toxic. Here a little bit, but otherwise we see one member from Team 15 going down, and second member looking to follow suit. Force Master going down as well. So the last member, BM, going to Blade Master do 1v3 as he's just trying to stay alive, but doesn't seem like a promising cause for him. Can he get out? Just seems like he wants to continue on fighting, but and we know the end fate for this player, BM from Team TSG, looking like he's going to be out very, very soon.
All right, here we go. Like you said, they are out. I think that's their whole team, but look at this, another fight breaking out. Team 1, they got rid of 2 members of Team 4 previously in the early round at the Forest Camp, and now they are fighting Team 3, and you guys can see in the minimap, Team 3, they were fighting them, but you see one of the players running away and hoping, probably communicating, telling him to use stealth and run away, but Team 1 is not going to let them off the hook easy, and he does go down.
Yep, so chasing until the very end, and the assassin for team number 3 will go down, so that's another kill collected, and Hyukyeon actually collects all 3 of the kills that the entire team has gotten, so individually that's a very good scoreline for him, but as a team, Team Junohan is going to be very happy with how they started off, even better than what they were able to accomplish in game number 1.
All right, you see Team Tab or Team 4. This team, I don't know if they don't have an idea of not to go to the same place to get the same result of losing 2 members at the beginning of the round. Because like I said, if you're placed anywhere under 50th place, you get minus points. 51 through 55, you get -1. 56 through 60th place, you get -2. So, anywhere that's very low, even though we're not starting with the 60 player base, when you die out first, you're just not going to get enough points. So Team 4 might have to look for a different location to loot early on.
Team 4 not off to the best of starts again in game number 2, but in game number 1 they were able to pick up 9 points altogether, so they placed themselves at 13th out of 15 teams at the moment, so the second game also looking pretty grim to see what their round 3 and 4 strategy should be like coming into this one. And now a little bit more of a cold war happening between a lot of these teams now, no real action happening, as we're going to see the opening of the next circle to see where it's going to be leading towards. We have a little bit of the eastern part of the map available now in this game. It's going to be consistent of Balance, Crossroads, and Deserted Hamlet. But we're going to see the circle, where it lands up, and kind of will decide where these players will be landing. You can see that all the players just kind of hanging around to see where the new circle is.
Definitely, and the first circle in any Battle Royale games, we do see some early fights when the looting phase overlaps. However, when everything just sorts itself out, it's very slow pace in the first couple circles, and this is what's happening right now, and they do see another team coming through, and GG is one of the teams that got eliminated super early. They were only able to accumulate 6 total points as a team, so that's very, very low. So this team, this time around, they have all 3 members alive. They want to stay alive as long as possible because they are at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, dead last at the moment, 15th out of 15 teams. So they'll have to do a little bit better, but team that has done better, starting from game 1, is going to be Minjung O's team, GOD. They place themselves at 4th with 29 points gathered in the first round. That's a very successful result for them. And of course, what we're trying to decipher out of this specific round is to get the top 5 teams from 15 teams that we have here today to go to the finalists, and they will be secured for that very last day and trying to contest for being the best team in Korea is going to be the competition. So being in top 5 today guarantees that you'll be going into the finals matchup, and I'm sure that teams like GOD and teams like ABC and also Juno Han's team, all these teams are definitely on their way to trying to get there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Only one round being played, and you know, in Battle Royale tournaments, you can't tell or you can't make assumptions after one round. Maybe not even after 2 rounds, because so many things could change. So many things could have a twist at the end, at the last round, at the last moment. So we'll have to look through to see. But the only way to tell is if somehow Team ABC gets first place again, back to back. That's when you start to know, all right, this team is definitely stable. They are consistent. They will most likely be one of the top 5 teams that will be moving on to the finals. However, we'll have to see what happens this round. And everybody, after playing the first round, they are taking it cautiously, very slow. You see a lot of the teams playing the outskirts of the Spirit Wall.
Outskirts and up in the air.
Yep.
Just trying to make sure they stay alive and trying to observe what is happening, but nothing's happening. So there's really little to observe. But they do have the information that Team Loyal is going to be beside everyone, and we can see that one member from Team Bonus is actually cut off, and the Summoner just really unconventionally dies there in that situation, and we'll drop an item, but yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate for Team TNT, who does pick up a kill. This team is currently in 2nd place with the rank placement that they got in the top of the placement, but still was outdone by ABC, picking up a lot more kills than they did. TNT very comfortably at 2nd place after round number 1, because that one more kill to give them more hopes that they're going to finish up top 5 at the end of the day.
All right, well, you guys can see the minimap. We have so many teams overlapping or very close by to each other at the top right northeastern side. And, fortunately for them, the circle does land around the northeastern side. And everybody who was at the Badlands, they are going to just need to move in a little bit. However, the dilemma comes in. Do you want to just move straight in? And like we were talking about, you guys can see the enemy much easier in this game. So they know that there's multiple teams, more than one team around them. So we'll see what these teams decide to do.
Okay, there's the Manticore. We're going to see the Dust Manticore being kept away. And it seems like the Summoner will be picking up the Hong time.
Hong time.
With the boss already.
Wait, did he?
They're already summoned?
This is wait, I think they got another Manticore.
No way. No, that's Summoner. Wait, I think you're right. I think that's the 2nd Manticore that we got eliminated. And it's another Summoner who picked up that Hong time. And my goodness, Master Hong is already on the run.
Hong Suk-gun is his name.
In Korean, but we just call him Master Hong.
Yeah. Oh, another Manticore here.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to see some Battle of the Hongs.
Yeah, we are, but we're going to see probably Byung Kim picking up that Manticore. It might be the 3rd Master Hong being picked up, but a Force Manticore just randomly cut off here. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Right. Well, in round 1, we only saw 1 Master Hong, but now I think we may be able to see 2 or more Master Hongs being summoned or being transformed into whatever you want to call it, but that's going to be chaotic. We saw what 1 did.
Yeah.
If there's 2 or 3, ooh, that's going to be crazy.
It's maybe like the Godzilla movie where too much action is going to be happening. And speaking of too much action, we're going to see Team 14 caught off here. And Juno Han's team doing a pretty good job of trying to take an enemies one by one. They do get the first elimination. 2nd elimination already confirmed. And oh my goodness, this seems like the end of Team Jam. You can see right there, Team 14 is out.
Yep.
With the last member, Blade Dancer, failing to stay alive there. So Junohan's team picking up a lot more kills here this round and feel like they want to take over that 1st place spot.
Yeah, they are definitely taking that over. And it felt like Team 14, they were hiding behind the crack of that cliff, and they got caught off by Junohan's team because 2 of the players died in the crack, in the cave area. And, you know, that's what happens when you're bunched up together in a small area and you can't escape except for the way you entered. You just get AoE to death. But look at this. Another team. This is what happens. You guys can see each other, but you don't want to initiate depending on the position that you're in. So this is what happens. We have to have some of these cold wars going on. But
well, this
three
is a
teams
hot
fighting
war.
here.
Three-way fight, and Team 7 just opting to get out of it. Can the Force Master get out as well? He's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere, but he does successfully get out. Now the Blade Dancer, the big question for him, can he just get it? He's just trying to fight 1v3. I don't know if that's the right decision to make. Now he gets shackled up, and that will be all the damage that's needed to finish him also. I don't know what he was thinking there, trying to go 1v3 in that scenario.
Yeah, I would like to know what he was thinking, to be honest. But that was not going to go his way no matter what he tried to do. And now he just gave more kills to his opposing team. And we just saw Team God staying up there. And Master Hong.
Master Hong, get away. It's like when you see a wild tiger.
Yeah.
You try to run away, but you can't outrun Master Hong. Master Hong just going to give him mercy this time around.
All right, well.
And we're going to have many more of this, too. I know we have picked up at least 2 Master Hongs. Maybe up to 3.
Look at this. The Spirit Circle is closing, and Master Hong is literally just watching.
Goodness.
He's like, where are you guys? Come, my pupils.
Okay, well, Team 4. We know this is the last member. For Team Tab, and the Blade Dancer just trying to go in, but dragged in once again, and the Blade Dancer Force Master with the Assassin trying to put up all the damage, and should be finished up pretty soon here. There's no escape tools left, and the Blade Dancer will be out, and we're gonna see what Juno Han's team's up to. They're gonna be up to a fight against Team 6, and
ooh, that's 2 strong teams.
That's very, very strong teams, you do say, but TNT is still staying alive through this and even getting that heal off just to make sure they stay alive, but Yunta-san gets cut off outside the circle and just tried to just crawl back in. I think that was actually the group summon being used.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the group summon being used by one of the players, and that allows Yunta-san to get in safely, so that's a very smart maneuver. Make sure you use that party skill correctly on that one.
Wow. So you know how I was talking about before we went live before the first round. I would like to see some of the party skills used, especially group summon, because we don't see that being used that often in pub games when we're playing by ourselves or when we're playing with our friends, because we're all going for that offensive skills. We all want to do the damage deals. So I never use group summon myself either.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to see it, and very well used there. And Team GG here, one of the teams that need to step things up. Like I said, they only have 6 points. And
that's a lot of damage, though. The Summoner, very
God.
close to dying.
Wait,
None of the members are helping out. It just goes invisible.
Wow.
That's the Shadow Veil, and tries to use Detect to spot him out, but he's so far away that they won't be able to spot him out there. Another fight being broken out here.
3 teams.
So this is the chaotic mid-game moment where all these teams are trying to gain position inside the circle. A lot of the techs being procced here, but otherwise, we're going to see fights happening back and forth. Team 1, Juno Han's team's going up against Team 7, and does get one of the kills onto the Force Master. Can we get a little more?
I think we might be able to see some more, and I think Team 7 in the background wants to third party depending on how this fight finishes and closes out. But it seems like they're running in because the Spirit Wall is closing in.
Ooh, the Blade is just trying to keep himself inside the circle, and he gets himself in.
Ooh.
Gets up to a sky jump, and we're going to see what they can do with so many players. It's like an anthill all the way around, and trying to see who's going to be the king of the ants at the end of this.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. So many teams just overlapping each other. I just want to focus on a team that is grouped up and fighting. And one of the teams is actually Juno Han's team right there on your right. And they are doing a very good job sticking together, focusing one player at a time, regardless of whether them being different teams or the similar team, the same team. Look at this. We have 4 teams overlapping here, 4 teams overlapping on the other side. What is going on here?
I think this might be the truest rendition of the movie Battle Royale we've ever seen in any video game. Everybody just trying to survive to the end, trying to stay at the top. Well, the Master Hong hasn't been summoned yet, so it feels like he's going to stick it through. And
oh, there it is!
Oh, there's
Gyeongmin
the Master
Park.
Hong. Yeah, Gyeongmin Park picks it up again and gets knocked down, so we'll see what he can do. There's so many action coming out, and Gyeongmin Park, once again, getting that Master Hong, just wants to create some havoc. Walking towards that way, but everybody's kind of feeling like the Master Hong is like the neutral enemy they have to defeat.
Yeah, kind of like the raid boss.
Yeah.
Everybody just focuses on him. And look at how tanky he is, though.
Oh,
Here we go,
goodness.
he jumps in.
All that damage coming through, but still getting picked off by all these players out there. And
boom!
My goodness, what? Still going on. The Master Strong still being meleeed by everybody around the field.
It's like a slow version of KFM, but super strong.
Yeah, and the AoE is so wide.
Oh, the Spirit Wall is closing in.
Okay, Gyeongmin Park is still alive, so keeping Team 11 alive. Let's see what happens here. Team ABC wants to collect more kills in this match.
Oh, the pull-in!
Oh my goodness,
And
all this pull-in.
everybody!
And if Master Hong can get one skill off, that's going to be so much damage.
It's pushed out. Master Hong is just being bullied. It's just joining in the fight at the wrong time, always getting aerialed, always getting knocked down, always getting knocked back.
Oh, he gets knocked back.
Oh no.
And outside the circle, he will
makes it
stay alive. And now the AoE damage coming in, trying to get as many kills as he can off this endeavor.
Oh, it's
so low. He is so low.
But he has tanked long enough, but he does end up dying. Master Hong, GG.
Master Hong is dead, and we're going to see the rest of the fights come forward, and we see a lot of significant players here. Team 2 holding about 2 players in their team, and we're going to see more and more coming here with Team ABC still trying to stay alive. Shingun Kim, see what he can do with the BM of Woo Cha, still trying to fight this out.
All right, here we go. Team God, one of the teams that loves to play passively, lasting until the end here. Pulls
trying
in.
to pick up that last hit, trying to pick up that kill, but Shingun Kim is still going to be fighting against Woo Cha.
1v1v1 though. Woo
Cha is actually really high on health right now, and Blade
and
is still bleeding out. He just bled out. And Jongbin Bae was going to bleed out as well, so that's going to be Woo Cha picking up the victory, and that's going to be a good win for Team God, picking up a lot of kills along with the high rank points, so that might push them very close to first right now.
Yeah, and you know, the team that previously got first, Team ABC, they were 4th right now with not as many kills as they would have wanted compared to round 1. So they like you said, I think the placements will constantly change for now. But the unfortunate thing is, some of the teams at the bottom half of this, out of the 15 teams, they have to change, but we haven't seen any of the lower ranking teams make a huge change to kind of climb up the ranks. They are doing the similar strats, especially like Team 4. They lose 2 members at the beginning, right? Let's hope that they don't do that in round 3, but that's the things I'm talking about. If you didn't do well in the previous round, change something up. You need the in-game leader to give you guys shot calls, to tell you guys what to do, to kind of communicate as a team.
Yeah, it seems like the top teams are still the top teams at the moment, just switching around the placement just a little bit, but otherwise, Team God, you see Team Tag, you see Team ABC, all these teams that we've already used to seeing already in that top 5 are just going to be switching around places, but they're going to be very much still at the top.
All right, well, you guys can see Juno Han's team, or it's weird to call him his team, but the team name is Juno Han. So Team Juno Han gets 10 kills. So actually, they're the one that played very aggressive, and we saw them play aggressive from the beginning, as Team ABC did in round 1. And you guys can see Team ABC only got 5 kills, but the top 3 teams, or the top 4 rather, are kind of staying the same. They're just switching spots. So if this continues, I think, depending on if round 3 goes very similarly like round 1 or 2, the top 5 will probably be decided.
Yeah, it's going to be looking at right now. The first round and the second round combined, Team ABC is going to be slightly on top. They're still having that 4-point advantage over Juno Han's team. Team Juno Han standing at 65 points with Team Tag at 63. So with Team God picking up that first place, not many kills, as many kills that we thought they would have gotten. Only 3 on that round is going to put them at 4th place still. And Team TNT is going to push down all the way down to 5th, but they're still going to be pretty happy with their score.
Yeah, they will definitely be happy. And we also haven't seen a 3-man team or a full team stay alive till the end. We always saw just 1v1v1s. Sometimes we did see a 2v1, but it ended up not being the 2 players being alive at the end. Because I'm talking about this because when 3 players stay alive, they get 33 points.
That's a jackpot.
Exactly. So even the bottom tier teams right now, this is why I'm telling them, or I'm telling you guys, that they have to change things up to kind of, shoot up in the rankings.
And really means that the last 2 rounds that we'll have here in Group A, any team can make it into top 5. And we're going to see whose teams are going to be the ones to stay alive until the end. We're going to go to another commercial break, guys, and once we're back, the second half, rounds 3 and 4 will be underway very shortly, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
와서 그렇지만 되게 재밌게 지금 즐기고 있거든요. 분위기를 이벤트도 많고 해가지고 굉장히 오늘 즐겁게 보고 있습니다. 시청하고 있습니다. 선수로 나오고 싶네요.
문파원들끼리 모여가지고 또 화합할 수 있는 자리 만들어줘서 고맙고 생각보다 재밌네요. 비무 경기보다 중계도 더 재미있어진 것 같고 경기도 훨씬 흥미진진하게 이루어져서 훨씬 재밌는 컨텐츠인 것 같아요.
다음번엔 저가 기회가 된다면 꼭 선수로 오겠습니다.
할 것도 없이 차오빈 선수 99%다 했습니다. 차오빈 선수가. 저희는 차오빈 선수 말만 듣고 그래서 우승하셨습니다. 문파원들 응원해주는 분들 너무 고맙죠.
얘들아 곱창 상금으로 곱창 고마워.
잘 먹을게.
솔직히 기대 안 하고 즐기려고 나왔는데 생각보다 훨씬 좋은 성적을 거두게 되어서 정말 기쁩니다.
상금 몸파운드한테 어떻게 베풀 생각은 없나요?
아니, 베풀 생각은 없습니다. 몸파운드들이 우리한테 뭘 베풀어 하지 않나.
네, 로또 파이팅!
저희 팀은 16킬 했어요. 저가 거기서 아마 반 정도 한 것 같아요. 지루하게 하는 것보다 좀 빨리빨리 하는 걸 좋아해가지고 킬 욕심 많이 나서 그렇게 했었던 것 같아요. 중간에 죽어서 너무 아쉬워요. 계속 킬할 수 있었는데. 아무래도 이렇게 존버하는 게 좀 게임은 이길 수 있는데 그런 것보다 게임은 즐기려고 하는 거니까 좀 시원시원하게 하는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Thinks he can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Hey guys, welcome back, and yep, we're back. Didn't think we were gonna go hop onto the desk.
Yeah.
We had the last minute call that we're gonna go back to this. But yeah, welcome back, guys. We're on
I was like,
we were just kind of
And
chilling
then-
out
and
like
then-
this, and then the PD tells us that I'm going back to the desk. I was like, didn't know, sorry. But yeah, welcome back, guys. We're going to round 3. We're starting that very, very soon. But Shackled Out has been very interesting. The first 2 games with round 1 and round 2, both looking very, very different from how the play style went on. The first round, it was a lot of trial and error for a lot of these teams, trying a couple of different things and see what worked and see what didn't work. And round 2, now that they've gotten sort of that knowledge, it was a lot more passive in the play style.
Yeah, it definitely was, and we saw that playstyle change for many of these teams, except for Team 4, who did the same thing in round 1 and round 2, lose 2 players and start the game. But everybody else, in the beginning, we saw some overlapping looting areas in the beginning. However, even with the overlaps, we saw a lot of the teams run away. They opted not to fight. They opted not to stick around to kind of challenge the other team that they saw. We saw a lot of, we saw more teams climb the trees, climb the walls, to wait out until it was safe for them to actually initiate or engage in a fight where they didn't have the disadvantage where we saw in round 1. We just saw crazy fights, early fights. We saw a lot of more early fights in round 1. Round 2, that just shows how these players are adapting, how these teams are adapting to the play styles of the other teams.
And I would have to say a bit more trial and error was kind of conceded in round number 2, and now round number 3 might be completely different altogether. And have to kind of wonder what the players are thinking right now after 2 rounds of play. Of course, their first ever rendition of a different game mode altogether, Blade and Soul, this is our first time doing Shackled Owls in an esports format, and goes the same for all the players that are in here today. 45 players that we'll have today, and 45 players that we'll have next week. All these players is a brand new experience for them, brand new environment that they have to adjust to, and of course, all of us are trying to adjust at the same time with the players, and still trying to figure out what it is that the main objective for these games are, especially from the early game to the mid game, where there's still a lot of confusion that's still needing to be figured out.
Exactly, and that's what these players are figuring out, as Joel said. And I think as the round goes on, I think round 3 may be a little bit more different compared to round 2.
Yeah.
We may see we are still definitely going to see campings at the top of the trees, at the top of the walls. However, it's not just camping. It's just they're camping there, but they're not just, resident sleepers up there. They're thinking and they're talking of how they want to rotate around into the next circle, because like we were talking about how it's easier to spot out your enemy teams. So with all the information that they can get from being on top of the tree, they can kind of strategize depending on, do you want to go straight in and fight that team for some kill points if you think you can win and then get into the circle, or do you want to avoid it because maybe you're a team like Tab, where they still have 0 kills, right? Like, we have so many teams. We have 5 teams that still has 0 kills. And teams like that, when they see multiple teams in front of them, but they're not in a fight yet, they may opt to just rotate around, play for placement points.
I mean, we were actually seeing a lot of these mousetrap strategies coming through, where I think it was Team GOD who was kind of standing at the top of the castle, just behind the wall, so it's really hard for people to see behind the walls.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Archer Tower looking thing.
Yeah, it was like the Archer Tower where they can shoot from the range, but they were just kind of standing there, and the height was just big enough that all these lins were just going to be very, very short, and were able to hide themselves in it. And one player just randomly just climbed up there and just found himself as a little mouse that fell on the mousetrap. So that might happen again. So a lot of these really, the exciting thing about Shackled Owls right now in this current time is that we're still in the mode of figuring out. We're still in the mode of trying to see what the best strategy is. And if there is a best strategy, how many teams will figure it out in time? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But like we said, this round 3 may be different from the previous rounds, because now these teams are used to this game for now, playing it offline with all the great players that are together here at the same time.
Yeah, experienced or unexperienced, these players are ready to go after 2 rounds of play. We saw 2 Master Hongs from Kyungmin Kim, 2
Kyungmin
rounds
Park.
in a row. Kyungmin Park, I apologize, but
don't change his name.
It might be just Kyungmin Hong. We'll just call him that, because he's been changing into Master Hong every single round. Can he get another Manticore last hit? That's gonna be the question. It seems like all the summoners are really liking to get that one, but yeah, I think we're almost ready to go, guys, on this round number 3. Very excited to see what differences we will see, because round 2 is significantly different from round 1. What can you expect from round 3?
I think round 3 we're gonna see, like I said, we're gonna see some campings again. But I think it has just already become a part of the game because that's when they strategize. That's when they get the information, and that's when they decide to rotate around into the next circle.
Yeah, you saw a moment with Min Jung-ho's team, Team GOD having a very, very good day so far, mostly by camping, and it seems like the winning strategy to go for so far. So we're going to go on to this round 3 to see what the teams will do coming into this one. We're in here once again. No waiting time this time around. Everybody just flying out the lobbies and gonna see what happens with Team 11 once again going over to the northern side and see what they can do in the abandoned village.
Now I want to see where Team 4 goes, because that's the team that hasn't changed anything. They've just been deja vu, losing player at the get-go. Let's hope that they just decide to, why not just drop down right away and just not farm in the beginning? I think that they would get a better score if they did that.
Well, yeah, they'll get a better score.
Yeah.
I can't say that's the best strategy,
Yeah,
but
no, it's
it'll
not,
be a
but-
better strategy than what they've been doing so far. But Team 2,
Yeah.
we're seeing them in our screen. It's going to be up against Team 1 here. The player's name really not showing at the moment, but we are seeing that they're clearly in a fight at the moment. So it's Junohan's team once again against Team Tag, so two big teams that we want to keep our eyes on.
Currently, these two teams are at 2nd and 3rd place. So if they fight this out and they prolong this fight and one of the teams lose 1 or 2 players at the beginning, that's going to be huge.
Well, KFM stuck out for the moment, and
Oh, no.
feels like everybody's helping out. Even the cat from the Summoner is helping out on that occasion, and just trying to run away here, KFM, understandably, but still getting chased one after the other, and the Summoner now putting in the damage with the cat helping out as well, and it seems like the KFM will be knocked out. So it's for Team Tag, losing their first member like that, not the best way to start off.
Yeah, and if you notice the minimap, Team Tag, they run away, but they run into Team 15 and Team 7, so they're not in the safe zone. They're not safe right now, even though they think, all right, we got away from the immediate or imminent threat. However, they just ran into other teams, other enemies, so we'll see if they'll be able to survive there. But on the other hand, Team 4,
You were talking about just like that, but actually Team 7 and Team 15 is fighting against each other.
Hey.
Oh man, it seems like a team that we didn't expect them to fight is actually getting in a fight here, so yeah, I mean, altogether we were thinking that Junohan's team, after they got that 1 kill, the Runaways might be able to go up against Team 7, but Team 7 just gets into a fight with a completely different team. Now we see it right now. Team 2 losing another member, so
I think that's all. It's possible that Team 2 is
that
gone.
the last? Yeah, is that the last member?
Yeah, because we see the members at the top, and 4 players are dead.
Yeah, I don't see any
total.
icons. I don't see
Yeah.
any Team 2 icons. I think
Nope.
they're out.
Yeah, they're out.
Goodness.
And you don't want to do that when you're in 3rd place. Your whole team getting eliminated first, basically. It's not the thing that you want to do. You want to maintain. You want to be consistent to be that top 5 team, to just go in straight to the finals instead of playing the losers match once again next week. Next week.
Yeah, but I think we have to kind of really give our credits over to Junohan's team. We'll hold that thought for now. Team 14 looking like they're about to get into a fight. They will. See that the BM is caught off at the moment and trying to run away from this and gets into a tight corner where you don't want to be if you're on the defensive end. And now we're going to see Team 9.
Oh my goodness, under the tent where it's just walls. And
Everybody's
walls
coming in
and
for the
walls.
cover. Assassin and the Blade Dancer coming in, trying to come in with this one. See what they can find.
All right.
Oh, wow, that damage!
Oh.
That might have been just the in-game item coming together on that one. We see a 1-for-1 trade and a second kill coming through for Team 9. And that's a 3-player just knockout like that. And that's one way to get 3 kills right there.
All right, well, that sucks. Now we see on the left, we have Tag and Zam eliminated. We haven't seen 2 full teams being knocked out so early, and you see the Spirit Wall already closed in. This is the first one, so it's not going to hurt as much.
But say that, but
yeah,
they're getting heavily damaged now, and they're just trying to heal up at the moment and see what they can find. Team 15 with the Force Master just watching from the back, trying to see what his timing is to come in here. And Junohan's team is going to lose some members here. Summoner Yoon Tae-jung is already out. So this continues on to be a fight, and they're not backing off. Junohan's team still fighting in this one, wants to finish this off as much as they can.
They get that kill. They want to finish him off. But another team, a third party. Finally, a third party happens, but he came alone. So is it going to be good enough?
Yeah, we're going to see the rest of the team joins in. So Team 9 with Team Guang getting a lot of kills earlier just wants to join in. Junohan's team in a dangerous situation where they might just face elimination altogether. Hyukian is out, and I think you're right. That is going to be the end of Junohan's team. So currently in second place after 2 rounds. They fall into a very early exit. They did pick up a couple of kills before they exited, but still, this is not the ranking that they wanted.
So now we have 2 top 3 teams. 2 of the top 3 teams eliminated very early on in the game. And this calls for a chance. This gives a chance for the lower ranking teams to climb up, because now some of the stronger teams are eliminated. However, we still do have Team ABC alive somewhere around the map. And they were the team that got like 12 kills in round 1. So they definitely had the potential to basically wipe out multiple teams here. So they have to just be careful of that. But other than that, wow.
Team Guang has a lot of kills.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that. They wiped an entire team earlier, and they got the pieces and puzzles of the Junohan's team as well. So Team Guang is going to be very, very happy with their current position at the moment. They, I think they were around 8th place after round 2. So getting a good placement this time around in round number 3 should definitely put them in top 5 for sure.
All right, well, this is a team I was talking about. They always go to Abandoned Village, and now all the teams know, all right, unless you want to fight Team ABC, you don't go to Abandoned Village, right? And now this is one of the reasons why currently Team ABC, they have 0 kills. Nobody contested them. I'm pretty sure they're looted up. You guys can see how many loot they have. But
by 0 kills, that might change very, very soon as they get their first kill onto Team Tab and gets dragged in for the second opportunity to get another kill here for this team. Team AC has been hungry for kills ever since the beginning of this round 3, and it seems like the second one might just come very, very soon here. The blade and has nowhere left to go.
Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens when you have 3v1. You're just in the air until you die. And that's very unfortunate. And the thing is, you guys may say, oh, this is, you know, it's so unfair. It's so much airborne, you know, fix this, change that. But it's the fault of that one player just being there by himself, running into a 3-man team. So, that Team 4, I was going to say, all right, they're alive for a very long time compared to the first 2 rounds. However, the outcome, I don't think it's much different.
What? Just kind of let him die. His teammates were just like looking from the top of the trees and saw that Team 7 was going to be eliminating their allies. So that's a little bit unfortunate. So, yeah, well, what can you make out of that? I mean, just watching your teammate die.
So I think it's just the call came through saying, all right, if you come in now, you're still going to be fighting 3v2 because I can't do anything. I'm already dead. So they want, because like I said, it's not a team, it's not the team placement point. It's the individual placement points and the individual kills added up all together. So it's better to have 2 players alive and get higher placement points as a 2-man team than just fight and possibly die out all at once.
Yeah, you don't want to lose all your members in one strike, that's for sure. So we'll see here now, our first Manticore that we see in-game, and it's Team 11 ABC looking like they want to knock that out. Actually, you see Team 3 having a lot of trouble against Team 7 with the Force Master already out.
I think they might have been fighting the Manticore that just died right now outside the Spirit Wall, outside the wall, and then they got damaged, and then when they came in, Team 7 might have just finished that off. I don't know. That's what I am thinking, because they died out so fast. They were very low on health, and the fight didn't prolong for so long.
Oh my goodness, a mousetrap. Hopefully he just runs out in time, so Team 8 is not going to lose a player for now. Just going to be running away, so that's a good situation for them. But yeah, you were talking about the Manticores summoning just a little bit outside the zone. So that probably will mean that they were just a little bit greedy in trying to get that Hong time. You know that Master Hong can be OP, but you don't want to risk your life getting it.
All right, so this area where Team 7 and 8 are fighting right now isn't, oh my goodness. But anyways, where they're fighting right now,
Strength Sapper.
Possibly.
Doing so much damage.
Catch what happened here. But the Spirit Wall is closing in, and Team 7, Team 8, and Team... Wait, it's Team... Not 8, but 9. But I was saying that this area right now, there's not much high ground here other than that small rock right around them. So now it's just a PvP. However, when you're outnumbered 1v2, you got to run away because you can see the minimap. The other team is already running away without even helping out. There we go. Finally, they group up.
Back
Go
down
gets
to
pulled
the
down.
ground, and we're going to see what Team 5 can do with the Force Master getting caught off, and ABC looking like they want to get another casualty. That's going to be another confirmed kill. The Force Master already out.
Yeah, and you have to notice the minimap that Team GG, who just lost a player, he wasn't alone. He has 2 more players, or he has his teammates. You can see ABC is chasing them.
Oh,
they didn't help. This is what happens. And look at that other one. The other member of Team GG is just literally just running away.
There's no way for him to save him, and the Blade Master's out. That's another kill for Team ABC, a player that really likes to get a lot of kills is Hyunggu Kim. And we'll see what happens here. The last player from Team 5 just able to run away, but
it's getting chased by another team now. So Team 5 or Team GG, like I said, they have 0 kills right now, but they are in 13th place out of 15th, and that's all from rank points. And you can see that they're not confident in team fights. That's why when one gets caught, they don't help. They literally just run away. I'm going to get higher placement points. If you get caught off, we're abandoning you. I think is the strat that they are going for right now, because in round 1, when they fought, they got eliminated early. They were last place. So after that happening, they decided, all right, but these guys are pretty good. We're not as good. We're just going to go for placement points.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens from Team 7, though. DIA still trying to go for it. GOD getting caught up. We like to see them kind of resting this out, but Wuicha, can he get away? So he's just able to escape there. So the Blade Master doing a very good job of just getting out. They had no idea where he went.
Yeah, but you can't just stay at the same place. But look at this. ABC, they are out for blood. They're not happy with where they were.
The Shadow Veil. The Shadow Veil just to get in this and just run away. So does escape in time. So Team 12 pretty good at just running away from the situation.
That's very good, because especially when it's Team 11, Team ABC, who is just out for blood. They're one of the stronger teams, especially in team fights. And when you notice that it is them or the way they fight, you can tell that, all right, this team is very coordinated. Just run away, especially when you're outnumbered. But look at this. This is no outnumber. It is a 2v2.
But this really isn't doing anything for Team 3. Master Hong being summoned up. It's going to be Soul Fighter coming from TNT side. Just one more hit should be good enough, and constant CC just to make sure that he can get away.
He's going to heal up. Aerial, though, into the air.
Master Hong, what can you do? One more hit.
Boom.
That's going to be it. And
That's like the super ultra buff version of the Comet Strike from KFM.
You told us earlier that this is basically the KFM on steroids. Yeah. So we're on right now. So Master Hong being summoned for the first time in this game and does equal out to a kill. So that's a good usage of that Master Hong buff, and very happy with it. Just going to dance for a little bit to celebrate his glory.
All right. Well, here we go. Team 12. They've been up here for quite a while.
For 3 rounds in a row, I would have to say. They were up in the air.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that love the high ground. They do get a couple kills, but they're not like super aggressive. They only fight the players that come to them, and but this team, no, they look for fights.
I mean, what is the point of this? This BM coming in all by herself, try to join in on this 1v3 fight. Definitely wasn't the right call, if I have to say for myself.
Okay.
But it is Team ABC who picked up a lot of kills as a team, and feels like they want a lot more going to this one. So we're not seeing much of that mid-game chaos that we've seen the first 2 games. So that's a good thing for us, as the teams are continually trying to pick up fights and trying to pick up the kills along the way.
Yeah, and you say mid-game fight, but it's always the last minute fight where we have like 20+ players alive. But this time around, we're not even at the last circle, and we have 17 players alive. Now we're gonna see some coordinated fights going on here.
Coordinated fights, you say, but Team 13, they might just lose their last member.
Okay, does get away here, but this position has been the popular position here. They've been fighting here, and Over and over,
the
and Team
mousetrap.
Kwang.
The mousetrap is going to work out, and it seems like the BM will not be alive for much longer. The Force Master trying to get as much damage as he can, and that will be the end of that. Team Kwang losing a member there, and they were looking for a big game in this round 3 after picking up a lot of kills in the early game, but still fights going on.
Oh, that was a great knockback coming in. Team 11, they are gathered up again, waiting for the timing.
The health boost coming up, trying to heal back in time, and still looking on with a lot of fights coming through, but only 12 members left as we approach these last few circles. And Team 12 finally coming back to the ground, trying to pick up this fight. Now that it's the timing to do so, we see a lot of players in midair.
Ooh. We do see the toxic cloud. We do see the sappers going back and forth, but nobody is dying yet. Oh wait, I think somebody's dying, and yeah. Loyal, one of the players died.
Team ABC picks up another kill, that last touch. And we might just see the first all-surviving first place finish for Team ABC if they are able to achieve that. But another Master Hong being summoned.
The group call. Oh my goodness,
just
backstepped out.
Just on the tip of that circle, and does die out. So,
and he didn't even get pushed out. He literally backstepped out.
Yeah, and ABC will not have a perfect finish this time around, and still trying to find out Master Hong with the Blade Dancer. Trying to see what he can do with the transformation.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I knew that one of the members of ABC had the Master Hong in their pockets, and finally Gyeongbin Park pulls it out.
Are we going to see a Hong versus Hong? That's what we want to see, and still trying to fight in here, trying to get all the AoE damage to trying to pick up as many kills as you can while you're transformed.
All right, we have 2 Hong time going on here. Everybody else, they want to get away from the Hongs.
Well, that's one way to do it with the sky
Hong?
jump.
Okay, no, I didn't. I thought I saw a 3rd Hong coming through, but look at this. Gyeongbin Park, right now, he's just getting kills. He wants kills, but look at the other master. He's definitely not a master, just playing around in the corner by himself. What? Oh, my goodness.
Just punches him out the circle and almost gets him out.
That's a great knockback.
Okay,
great aerial.
So the Hong knocks up the Hong, and it's going to be finally the Hong versus Hong action.
Is there going to be a KS coming through? Oh, it is a Hong v Hong.
Okay, we're going to see continuing on, and the 2 giants fighting against each other, and
It'll be
see
funny.
who's going to be coming out as a winner.
It'd be funny. These 2 guys are fighting, and the other small guys are kind of interfering, and the Hong is outside.
A little bit outside the circle. You have to be aware of that. Can he knock him out a little bit further? That's the question. So he's just right at the tip, so we'll be staying in for now. The Blade Dancer getting the better of it for the minute there.
Here we go.
Team 11 is going to lose another member here. Hyunki Kim, the assassin for ABC, will be eliminated. And Team GOD with 2 members just going to knock Gyeongbin Park out. And will Kenny just come back in? He won't be able to, and that's going to be first song out of there. Now Team GOD looking to finish with a 2-man finish. That will be 22 points gathered if they can do that, if they can defeat Master Hong.
This is ridiculous.
Do they have another power pound to make sure you can knock him out of the park? Should be over, right? Even with Master Hong. I don't think he's going to win.
The thing is, the Master Hong literally just took all of the Hong Moon ults from that BM, and the health, I barely saw it go down.
Okay.
That's how tanky it is, and oh my goodness.
It's a lot of HP on that Master Hong, and he's still staying alive, but GOD is looking for a big finish. If they can finish like this with a 2-man standing at the top, that will be 22 points. That will definitely get them up to first place.
That is true.
And we're going to see what happens here. So Team 7 relying on this Master Hong and looking like they want to be knocking out this Master Hong at the end.
CC. He's going back. Oh, he gets knocked right now. Oh.
Damaged a little bit by bit. All these aerials, but you get to see how tanky this is.
Literally just a raid boss here. Just knocked, dazed, knocked, aerial.
But at least they have the Soul Fighter. Make sure they can heal back up in time. So the
Here
circle is closing in.
And he's out!
That's going to be a 2-man finish for GOD. That's going to be 22 points gathered up for them. That's a great finish. Maybe just push them up to number 1 with that one.
That was crazy. This is the first time we saw one team have two players alive at the end. And they also got 10 kills, if I'm correct, right?
I think so. I think we have to just kind of watch out for how many kills they've actually acquired on that matchup. But still very good stuff coming through it. I don't think up to 10 because I see that they got 2 kills each for the 2 surviving members. I don't think Min Jung-ho would have gotten 6 by herself. So we'll have to see about that. But still a very, very good finish nonetheless for Team GOD, who was previously 4th at the end of round 2. But after this round 3, definitely should push them up the ladder, maybe up to number 1 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, definitely possible because we were talking about and seeing the top tier teams get eliminated very, very early, and the 10 kills was actually from Team ABC. Team God only 4 kills, however.
Wow, you're right. That's actually Team ABC who got 10 kills, not actually Team GOD.
So that is huge, but you have to focus on the right side. Han Juno, Juno Han, 11th place. Team Tag, who was 3rd place in last place. So now this is going to be huge. The 2nd place team and the 3rd place team, they got the bottom half of the bracket for themselves.
Yeah, and so you have Team Loyal, who was 6th after round 2. Get a pretty good scoreline once again, picking up 22 points. They should really be in the top 5 after that one. We'll see what this scoreline is looking like with Team Guang also performing very well. 27 points with a lot of kills collected in the early game.
All right, well, this is the total. And no, unfortunately, Team God, they're not 1st, but they climbed up super, super high because they were so behind. They were in 4th place after round 2, and look how close they are now to Team ABC.
Yeah, 94 points after all that, and they're going to be in 2nd, just behind ABC, another team that had just another good round, and it feels like this team is not going anywhere. Team ABC is out there to pick up kills, so even if their ranking points is not the best all in total, it's still going to be them picking up a lot of kills and a lot of ranked points, and that's going to put them comfortably in 1st.
Exactly, and you guys saw the kill points, you guys saw the rank points of Team God. I want to focus on them because Team ABC, yeah, they got all the veterans. Team God has the veterans as well, but Team ABC, they're the aggressors. They get kills, they want to fight, but Team God, they're the passive style, right? Even though they are passive, they are able to be and consistently be in that top 5 area by being passive, by getting the rank points, by getting only a couple of kills, and they're still able to be up there. So I think many of the teams who aren't confident in team fights should learn something from Team God.
Yeah, there's so many strategizing to go with. As you can be passive all you want, as long as you pick up the right fights, you can be like Team GOD at the moment, picking up a 2nd place finish after round 3. So, gonna go to commercial break once again, guys, and we'll be back with round 4, the final round of the day.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back, guys, and I was ready to get back onto the desk. Like last time, we were kind of caught off guard.
Yeah.
But we are back. We might, and we're still keeping our guards up just to make sure. But yeah, we're here for round 4, guys, the very last round of the day. And round 3, I would have to say, was once again very, very different from the other 2 rounds that we've seen. Kind of a mixture of aggressiveness and passiveness. And you know, while some teams still opt to kind of be in the sky above the trees and just try to wait themselves out and pick the right moment to go in, that it's this team, Team GOD, who was always going to be doing that strategy from rounds 1 all the way up to 3. Feels like they're going to do it once again in round 4, but there was a lot more activeness. There was a lot more action going on with a lot of early fights that opened up with a lot of kills coming through for a lot of these teams, including Team ABC, who's on the top of the kill boards at the moment and the top of the leaderboard in terms of the total rank points. So this team is doing quite well and feels like they will be in top 5 no matter what happens in this round 4. But the other teams, they have this good chance now in this very final round to make their comeback.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because some of the teams, like we saw in round 3, not do so well, and they did drop a couple of rank points, or not, well, not points, but they dropped down in the ranks. So they have to pick things up to secure, because this is the last round. Top 5 will just go straight to the finals. If you lose, we have to go through the losers bracket after we see Group B's games next week. So you're going to just have to be here another day. You want to practice at home, be in top 5.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 is where you want to be by the end of the day, but there's so much fierce competition happening with a lot of teams out there, but we'll see what happens here, as we're going to probably go into round 4 very, very soon, with Team ABC feeling pretty comfortable that they're already in top 5, and no matter what happens here, even the negative points probably won't knock them out. So
yeah,
a lot of these teams here with Team ABC, GOD at number 2, Team Guang at number 3 after a big round. We have Team DIA and Team Bonus at 4 and 5 respectively. And we'll see if these teams are ready to get this thing going, and we'll see. With Minjao kind of doing her stretch, and I'm sure she'll be ready to have another successful round, because her team, Team GOD, has been doing pretty well with the very, very unique passive strategy that she's been showing.
Yeah, and you know, it's very interesting to watch the top 2 teams have such different style of play. Team ABC, aggressive kills and rank points. Team GOD, passive, only defensive, but they don't run away from the fights, right? They do fight, but they're not getting as many kills as Team ABC because they don't go looking for fights.
Told you I was ready. Told you I was ready.
Yeah, I was ready too. It's like, I was like making it look natural, right? But anyways, yeah, so first place, aggressive, and you know, they're in first place for being aggressive and being successful at it. Second place, Team GOD, passive, but if somebody approaches, they don't run away. They just get in position, they wait to ambush, and they do get, like, you know, 4 to 5 kills every single round, and they do get the rank points as well to support their lesser kill compared to Team ABC, which puts them in second place. So, you know, whatever the playstyle your team has or wants, I think all of these 15 teams, they don't always have to be aggressive.
Yeah, it really is. And just for comparison, the top 2 teams we have at the moment with Team ABC and Team GOD, ABC has 27 kills picked up. That's 9 kills average per round after 3 rounds of play. And we have Team GOD at 12 kills, which is not that much, but it's still not 0 kills. They're actually trying to just hold out until the end without doing anything. But they get a majority of their kills in the late game, where they're just kind of holding out, kind of camping around different places in the early to the mid game. Then they come into the late game, join in the fight, trying to third party, and they actually collect a lot of their kills from there. So feels like their strategy and what they came in with today's games, they were very, very ready to do that, and they're having a lot of success with it. So let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, because this is the last round, and we do have the top 5 teams so far after playing 3 rounds. However, 5th place team is 70 points total. 6th place team 69, 7th place 69, 8th place 60. So that's how close it is. The top 5 could change after this round, so we'll see what happens.
As you were mentioning, ending, it's a very, very close one with very little amount of points to separate the 5th from the rest of the game. So while Team DIA at the moment is at number 5 technically, in no way are they going to be comfortable with their current scoreline. I feel like they have to have another big round to make sure they can conceive and kind of just maintain that 5th place spot altogether at the least. So big rounds being required by a lot of these teams right now in the top 10. It feels like anyone can have a big round here in the Shackled Owls as we're getting to it for the 4th time today, the very last time we'll be on this field today before we get on to next week's matchup with Group B doing exactly the same thing.
Yep. And this early round, before even the first circle has opened up, they are going to be going through the loot phase. And this time, as you notice, none of the teams are getting into that early fight. And this is how fast. Oh, okay. As I say that, they do get into that early fight. We have Team Tag and Team DIA or DIA. These 2 teams are the top tier teams right now. They don't want to be eliminated. This is the last round.
Yeah, whoever gets eliminated here might just be losing themselves of a potential top 5. And to keep our eyes on it, Team DIA right now is at number 5 with Team Tag at number 7. Not separated by many points at the moment, but the fight continues on. You can see that Strength Sapper did a lot of damage and still continuing on here. And we're going to see SF from Team Tag eliminated here. And we're going to see continuing on. Now there's a 3v2 in favor of Team DIA.
Oh, but that number is coming to haunt them.
Let's see what happens here. Trying to get the damage on, and we even see the Toxic Cloud doing a lot of damage and bleeding out slowly by bit. It's going to be Team Tag with the Blade Dancer very low on HP.
You can see the Blade Dancer has 0 items, and that is it. This is the early game fight. Whoever has 1 or 2 more items compared to the opponent is going to lose. And
my goodness,
Team Tag, 7th place. Guaranteed. They are eliminated.
Guaranteed they're not going to get top 5 after this one. And it's not the same team that we're seeing here. We're going to see the Destroyer versus the Force Master. GG versus FM. Just going to run away though, just thinking that the cover might come into play.
So the funny thing is, these 2 teams, right, Team Tab and GG, they're the lower teams. Team Tab is currently 15th, last place, and GG is at 11th place. So if you notice, the bottom tier teams, when they get into a fight, when there's an opening, they run away from each other. Usually when it's one team that's pretty high up in the rankings and they know how to play aggressive and the other team is low, one chases the other like this. But oh my goodness, GG.
Destroyer has nowhere
got
left
abandoned.
To go. Can he get the fortress up in time? That's the question, but seems like this will be not even good enough, and the Destroyer is out of there. One more tap, that's going to be it. From a knock to a death, Destroyer from GG is out of here.
Oh my goodness. All right, so the abandoning teammate strategy is happening once again, but from a different team.
Very much so, and we'll have Team Tag already out, so they're, while they were standing here at number 7 after round 3 going to this last round, they will basically guarantee that they're not going to be top 5 after today, so they're going to have to go to the losers bracket and try to find it out from there, but Very important that we still see a lot of these top teams still trying to find it out. Saw one potential challenger being eliminated now. We can see the other 6 teams who are just above them. See what they can do.
You guys can see the minimap. Team 14. Ooh, Team 14. I was gonna say they're sandwiched, but in the meantime, we do have TNT ganging up on Team GG, and that's possibly the elimination because we saw GG run away and abandon his teammates. But in the meantime, we have Loyal versus Tab. Tab is that last place team. You don't want to die to the last place team here.
And for the last place team, you want to pick up a lot of points, but it's against Team Loyal, another top team that we're keeping our eyes on. They're at number 6 at the moment. After 3 rounds, and they're chasing. They want those kills to get those extra points to help them trying to get into that number 5 after today.
All right, here we go. I was going to say a good escape. However, they do get caught up. Here we go.
That's it.
Strength sap.
And the Soul Fighter will be able to be eliminated. And look at this. Loyal has gone very low health, but the health boost is coming along, so that's healing up a little bit of Team 10. And Loyal, once again, at a very good position to fight back. And it feels like they can go for this 3v2 and have a lot of success. The Blade Dancer caught out in the open. No way for them to escape.
Pyongyang's gunner, it was crazy in the regular 3v3 tags, and it's still going crazy here in this Battle Royale mode. Oh my goodness, and right now, Team Tab not in such a great position. I think they're still trying to commit to this fight because they already lost a player, and they know they're at the bottom. They want to just cause problems for any teams that they meet, but they're not being too much of a nuisance. They're just giving them points.
Yeah, the Blade Master holding ground pretty well and just keeping his opponents at bay while the other 2 tries to dish out the damage. And Blade Master still alive here with the Gunslinger. Still trying to fight this out, but it feels like Loyal is not going to back up for this fight until they found those last 2 kills to add 2 more points onto the board. And the Force Master now caught off once again. This 2v1 looking pretty good, and the Force Master looking like they will get that one last touch, but does heal back in time.
All right, so this fight is actually prolonging for a very long time. However, now finally the second member of Tab goes down, and now he's all alone. Blade Dancer, he has to run away. We've seen this happen to Team 4 multiple times, losing 2 members and 1 member just running away successfully, trying to collect the placement points. And look at this, the ninja. Will he be able to hide? Oh my God, they didn't see him. They didn't see. Oh, no, they did see him. I was gonna say they missed him, but either way, Tab has to run away. It's very unfortunate. I don't know. Every time the camera's on Team 4 or Team Tab, they always lose 2 players.
Oh, didn't get the chase. Nope.
Oh,
Pyongyang close, but still can't get that one little CC. And the Soul Fighter.
Oh, the aerial. Here we go.
And this might
Windstorm.
be the rabbit chase successful, and the Blade Dancer will be very, very much gone. And that's going to be the 3rd kill that Loyal has been looking for a very long time to get that 3rd kill. But finally, they do get it.
All right. Well, Team 4, they're one of the. Oh, look at all these items. But they were one of the teams that's been struggling from round 1. And in round 3, they kind of swayed away from where they usually went, and they were able to stay alive as a 3-man team for quite a while compared to round 1 and 2, where they lost 2 members at the beginning of the round. In this 4th round, they did kind of put up a fight in a way, but they did still end up dying, and that they basically didn't collect any points other than the placement points they automatically get because we don't start from 60 players.
And while you were speaking about that, Team Junohan picked up 1 more kill to add to the scoreline, and they're currently at 4. They're at 3rd actually. Yeah. Looking pretty good. And the Manticore is now being targeted on. And it's like Shingen Kim will be able to pick up that last hit, and we might just see a Shingen Kim Master Hong very, very soon here.
All right. Well, we've been seeing Kyungmin Park use it all the time, but now we'll see how Shingen Kim handles this. But it's crazy because now Abandoned Village is basically the circle, and it's going to close in within the Abandoned Village, and this is the hometown of Team ABC. They're already in 1st, but the Circle God is on their side, and that's going to be causing problems for many of these teams that are trying to enter this island from outside.
Yeah, we're going to see closure of the circle very, very soon, in about 28 seconds.
Ooh, here we go.
Let's see Team Junohan. See what they can find against Team Dia.
Oh, they're all separated.
See that Team Dia is separated, as you do say, ending, but you're trying to get to a safe position where they probably won't get chased. And this is kind of like the mousetrap area where we saw the other teams do a very good job of camping around. See Team Dia still very, very separated. Feels like their strategy is to just try to keep at least one member alive until the very end.
All right, so we see Hanjuno's team here, Team 1, as you see on your screen. They're already in top 3. They don't want to just fight and lose a member or two. They want to make it. They want to make sure they get the rank points because they know that they're in 3rd. They don't need to fight unnecessary fights anymore. It's the teams that aren't in the top 5 right now that needs to go look for kills, that needs to try to eliminate the top 5 teams. And you can also see one of the other aggressive teams, Team ABC, they're staying still as well.
I mean, there's really no reason for Team ABC to do anything, actually. They could just go home right now and they'll still be in top 5 after this, but they want to be in a good placement to get all the confidence going into the final week. As it seems like they will be skipping week 2 and 3 altogether after this one. But Junohan's team getting into a big fight and actually getting a lot of the kills that they were wanting. Team Jam losing 2 members there, BM going down. And also the Assassin going down as well. So Yoon Jae-jung picking up 7 kills by himself.
Really?
Goodness, that Summoner doing a lot of work.
That is crazy, but here we go. Another fight is about to break out, but
you know it's not going to break out when it's Team God. Come on.
Yeah, I was going to say as passive as Team God gets, they're just going to fly away.
There you go. It's very, very characteristic of that team. Min Jung-ho's team, you know her to be a very, very famous female player in Blade and Soul. She's been around for a very long time and served the community of the female players out there and represented them well. And she's here once again, having a lot of success with her team right now. And look at this team, Team 10. The group summon actually being procced here by Team Loyal.
Oh my goodness. I thought something was going to happen. There we go, still caught off guard here.
Okay.
You have the fight breaking out.
Now the sandwich is going to be happening with Team 11 ABC looking for
the
this big
cloud.
fight. And we know the winner out of this is definitely going to top 5. But look at Team Loyal losing all that health.
I think they were. I think it was the toxic cloud.
Outside the circle, outside the circle.
The
Soul Fighter, you have to get in. Just crawl in if you need to.
He does get in, but look at how low he is, and his teammates are not in such a great position.
Team Loyal needs to do well. They're at 6th after round 3. They need a big round, and losing members is not the way to do it. But Team ABC showing no mercy.
A triple
as we can see them. Yeah, but the triple knockup doesn't lead to anything because they have no damage.
They have no damage, and Young Eun-chae is that Soul Fighter here all by himself, and he's not going to be able to do a 3v1.
No. With 26 players remaining, this is not the timing when you want to die out. And we'll see if Team Loyal did just enough to get into top 5, but it seems like they're going to be a little bit short here, ending.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see because we... Actually, wait, do we have all the top teams alive? I'm trying to...
We have Team ABC, we have Team Dia, we have Team GOD.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for any teams that aren't in top 5 because this time, all the top 5 teams, they opted to play super safe.
Yeah.
They didn't fight any unnecessary fights. They weren't going for any kills. And them all just being alive here is just going to give them a ton of rank points.
Yeah, Team Loyal just did lose their last member. And yeah, this Assassin trying to be as ninja as he possibly can.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Just trying to get up on that trap, but does not get the CC that he's wanting.
Okay.
Team 7 groups up together once again, and
that was close.
Feels like Team Bonus was just about to take the bait, but they do escape in time, so that's good for them. As Team Bonus is not really a team worth contending for that number 9 at the moment, so they need a huge round to make sure they can get into that top 5. Really unlikely that they will, but anything's possible.
Right. Here we go, Sky Jump, get all the information. And by this time, to be honest, you just have to think and just assume that somebody is at every corner. And you guys can see that happening in the air and on the ground, and the circle does close, and the spirit wall is going to hurt from now.
And Team 7 now getting into a fight. It's Team 14, but they do escape, so.
All right.
Team 7 still really looking for that fight, trying to get those kill points into their bag, but nothing really coming to them.
The Toxic Cloud with the Phantom Grip is deadly, and then after that you throw him out with the Phantom Grip. That's gonna hurt a lot. But in the meantime, we do have Team 7. I think it's just one player.
Yeah, they're finally getting into a fight.
Min Jung
Jung-oh
Oh
is gonna get caught off. Summoner, what can she
there we
do?
go. The backup does come through, and now they are forcing some players out. You see Jung-un-lee on your screen right now. The Sin ran out of the house because he doesn't want to get wall banged.
Okay, Min Jung-oh actually gets a kill onto the Force Masters of Team Dia. While they initially started off the fight, we see Team 1 actually joining in. Juno Han's team trying to join in this one and trying to get these last fits and trying to see what they can do and trying to pick up as many kills as they can.
It's a party house.
Yeah, but Team God still has all the members surviving here with all these members really being destroyed now with the assassin. And look at this, right on the tip. No one's gonna go there.
Ninja, that's truly the ninja way.
They had to get out now. Ooh, that's so close.
No, they're okay. They're okay.
20 seconds they have. They have 20 seconds left.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Team 8's going to lose a member very, very soon. The KFM going down to the hands of Juno Han's team. And Yoon Jae-jung, 10 kills all by himself. Absolutely incredible.
All right, well, here we go. We also have TNT being a ninja as well. They're in 4th place. They're one of the teams that could be brought down depending on how the other teams do. Look at this. ABC got it.
Jeez. Circle closing in, and anything could happen from here. Team God with
they're separated. They're separated
here,
right now.
can they actually get the cover back in time? That's the big question, but
look at this. Min Jung-oh dies by herself on the ground. We have one member on the second floor. We have Woo Bin-cha at the top.
Shin Hong now. Just going to be trying to do as much damage as he can.
Fighting in the house. You don't want to be in the house with the Master Hong here, and now he's tanking. He is in the middle. He's calling the fights, and he knows that the circle is small enough to do the AoEs, to do the damage.
He does get the Blade Dancer out of there, and we'll see more of this with Juno Han's team. Just on with the Soul Fighter, trying to see what he can do against 2 enemies nearby. Oh, he's just outside the circle, but he does get damaged on. Master Hong doing a lot of damage and still continue on to do more damage. Shingen Kim
pulls him in,
taking good control of that one.
Pushes him out. It's gonna hurt a lot. And Shingen Kim, he knows that this area is small. He's just waited until the circle got this small. He wanted to stay alive. We saw them not being aggressive. He wanted to do this when the circle's small. He wanted to CC. He wanted to push them out. He wanted to get the kills.
And that's going to be it, and we're going to see what ABC can do. Can they get another first place? They have all 3 members alive right now, so that could be a huge win for them if they have all 3 members left after all of this. And
oh, look at that Soul Fighter from KHS trying to heal. He does heal up full. However, Shingen Kim's Master Hong is just being a nuisance. But he's out!
He's come back in.
Oh, he gets pushed out again! Oh, my goodness!
One more tick,
my
one more
gosh.
tick. He has it left. Can he get the heal? So he does, and Master Hong is back in the building once again.
Oh my goodness, Youngmin Park Soul Fighter in the bag. You saw him. The Hongbon ult heals him back to full HP. Oh,
that is so much health. That is so much health to shave down if you are the opponents of Master Hong.
Hyungwoo Kim is out.
Hyungwoo Kim.
He does get in.
Back in.
He does get in.
Okay. So he's fine for now, and see what he can do. The Master Hong is still alive. Woo. Juno Han's team is still trying to do as much as they can to fight against them. Team 3, I just find some ways.
Oh my goodness.
They're getting knocked down by the ruptures coming in from Shingen Kim, but still they're technically alive inside the house, and no one even notices that they're there.
Yeah. Right now we have Juno Han's team on top. You see Hyuk-An by himself. All gets pulled in though, but now they're caught. There we go, another pull in.
Shingen Kim's Master Hong never seems to die. Gets pushed out once again, but
see, the
still
thing is,
alive.
the wall is there, so if you don't push him out the correct way, he's gonna be able to stay in. Give another AoE coming through. Boom.
He goes inside the house now.
Okay. Oh, he got called in. Okay. Got called into the house because they found
Oh
them.
my goodness.
Look at Hyuk-An!
Hyuk-An.
Oh my goodness.
Hyuk-An. Juno Han's team. Juno Han's team. Juno Han's team.
Oh, he did it! Juno Han's team, even though Juno Han's not there, He's in the army, he's in the military, but Yekian does it. He plays well. He does the ninja strat. He does the passive strat, and he is able to get first.
Oh my goodness, that easily could have been 22 points, 33 points over to ABC, but negates all of that with Yekian staying alive until the end, and he's going to be the only one to pick up that 11 points.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And ABC, although they had a successful round already, I'm sure they won that first place with so much advantage that they had.
The thing is, Shingyang Kim's Master Hong, if it was at least like half health when the circle closed, and if he was taking damage at the same time with Hyuki, obviously Master Hong having a lot more health would have won. But Yekian just, you saw Master Hong and Team ABC and the rest of the players that were alive, they were inside the house, and that wasn't the central part of the circle. And Yekian, he ninja'd out. He bailed out, and he was just waiting in the center, and he was able to take that first place.
Yeah, he's been hiding in that top of the roof for a very long time, but the right moment to do so when Junohan's team, in the end, will pick up 10 kills along with 28 rank points to get 38 points altogether. ABC, you can see that they were about to have a huge round. I think I added 22 points more to that one. That could have been a complete domination, if I can say it for myself. So ABC, they were the top team of the day. That's no question about that. But Junohan's team, even without Junohan, they've had a very successful day.
Yeah, and some of the teams that had the possibility or had the chance to make it into top 5 was Loyal, Team Tag, as well as Team Gwang, and maybe Bonus depending on how well they did, but they didn't this round. So we'll see how the ranks change, if they do change. However, you know, at least Junohan's team, ABC, and Team God, I think they're up there safely. Maybe even TNT being
TNT
up there.
should be fine as well.
So maybe one place might change. Here we go.
It's a matter of Team Dia. Yeah, I think they are in. So this ranking changes nonetheless.
Yeah.
ABC at number 1, GOD at number 2, Junohan at number 3, TNT number 4, and Dia number 5. It is exactly the same as we have started round 4, and it ends just the same.
Yeah, and you notice the kills. So the first column, it's all in Korean, so I'm going to explain. The first column is the kills. The second column is the rank points. The third column is like bonus points, but nobody got anything except for Team 11. But yeah, so the first column, you guys notice ABC had 30-something kills. Team GOD only had 12 kills, and they're still in second. It just shows that they know what they want to do.
Look at this. It says 5th place is Adamas? For what reason we're going to confirm that to you guys.
I think that could have been a mistake.
We'll see.
Oh no, it is Adamas. If you look at this, their actual team name is Adamas, but the abbreviation they use in-game is Dia.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're actually not Team Dia. They're actually Team Adamas. How do you get Dia out of Adamas?
I have no idea.
Adamas doesn't even have an I.
Yeah.
That is a huge amount of confusion, but that's Junohan's team. We know that to be true, and they did spectacular today. In 3rd place, they look like right now, but I think they were at least the 2nd best team right at the moment today.
Yeah, because like Team Junohan as well as Team ABC, they were the aggressive teams. They looked for fight. They didn't wait for fights. But this team on your screen, Team God, who is in 2nd, they were the team to play super passive. They waited for fights to start the fight, and even with that kind of passive strategy, they were able to play 2nd. And now this team on your screen, Team ABC, the crazy fighters, they're just looking for fights. All they want to do is fight.
Yeah, ABC, very successful day. And kind of the origin of that name, ABC, you know, they have to come up with team names coming into this tournament. And then you got this information before I did, but ABC is a brand of a very cheap chocolate. And we actually got to see that ABC was named off of that one, but still a very good name if you can get 1st place on the day. So Shinga Kim's team, as expected, is the top team of the day.
All right, well, on your screen, we do see the results. So everybody else, just because they didn't make it into top 5, doesn't mean they go home and they never come back. They have next week's losers match. So next week on the same time, on Sunday, Korea time, we have Group B, and we're going to have the same 4 rounds. We're going to have this 5 teams moving up into the finals, and the rest of the 10 teams from Groups A and B who didn't make it into top 10 will play the losers match in next week. And then within the 20 teams, we're going to have 10 teams going up into the grand finals as well.
So in the end, we're going to have 20 teams in the losers matchup with the bottom 10 teams of groups A and B. That will make 20 teams for the losers match. And once we go into the finals, we'll have the top 10 teams from there to join in with the top 5 from each group. And that will be 20 teams at the very final day of the tournament. But next matchup is going to be exactly the same as what we did today for Group A. It's going to be for Group B with brand new teams, 15 teams that we have never seen up to this point. And 45 players, once again, will be fighting it out until the end to see who's going to be in the top of the Shackled Owls.
All right, you guys can see it. It's going to be 1300 KST, same time as today. So next week is going to be a little bit different. But for now, you guys don't have to worry about the finals day or the losers match day. We'll let you guys know. But next week, it's going to be 1300 KST, same time, same day for, like Joel said, a whole new group. So we're going to have to get used to the players as well next week. So, it's going to be a whole new day. So I'm very excited for next week.
Yeah, we'll get to know the players and teams the more and more we have these games and get to know how good they actually are. And consistency is a lot more of a proven fact in this mode of Battle Royale, I would have to say, over other games, because teams that continue to do well just are the best teams at the moment, because Team ABC, I don't think they had a one bad round.
Excuse me, I had to swallow and take my time, clear my throat. But yeah, in other Battle Royales, like you say, there are some ups and downs, and even the best teams could have the worst day. However, I don't know, from what we saw today, we saw Team ABC, we saw Team GOD, as well as Han Juno's team. They were all so consistent throughout, so we'll see.
Teams that did well until the very end. We'll see if that becomes the case for Group B once we return for next week's action for another group stage. So thank you guys once again for watching. Joel Sophie with Any Life. We'll come back next week for another week of Blade and Soul.
someone to turn to. Another day, another bed. It's just a game inside your head. Whoa, guess what? Another game over. I got burned, but you're the real loser. I don't know why I wasted my time with you. Whoa, the bad news, a history repeater. You can't trust the serial cheater. You couldn't look it up, but you suck it up. suck at love.